What's up with it? We in there.
Yeah,
In there
yeah,
like swimwear.
yeah. I guess so. I guess
I
so.
mean,
How swimwear in there? That's an interesting. That's an interesting thing that people say. Like, I don't know what kind of swimwear we talking about.
it doesn't matter. Either one she got on is all right, and it's in there. I mean, if she got something, to kind of fit in between there, but
Right.
that's another story. But
Then it ain't in there.
Well, even if it's pancakes like mom used to make, it still got a little in there, I guess.
It might close like
It's on there. It's not in there. It's on there.
Yeah.
It might close like a laptop, but I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's right.
All right, y'all. Y'all welcome to the show today. Today is episode 151. We're gonna light it up today. We're gonna do some current events and what we call fire topics.
Yeah.
Just talk about what's current right now, what's going on in the world. Every now and again we like to do these. Yeah, we like to do these episodes because it's a lot of stuff that we don't talk about, so when we do our regular, subjects or interviews, so we don't get a chance to kind of tackle this stuff, but we wanted to make sure that we address some things before we move on with the season. As you know, last week we opened the season up with episode 150, and we had a great episode, a reunion of sorts, for the Fire Friends, so that was a great episode. But today 151, and today is also 227, so you know what that is.
227. Don't y'all act
Today is
like
227.
227.
We might be dating ourselves. We might be.
It's all right.
I just thought about something. My little sister's little nickname was Tutu, so my son's dad would call her 227. I thought about that right now.
That's interesting.
I was like, wait.
Well, at least you know where we got. That from too.
I mean, I've been knowing where you got it from.
Right.
Okay, so for the people out there who are not familiar, who may not be familiar with 227, 227 was an iconic show in the 80s that was a precursor to a lot of the black shows that came after that.
Right.
Whereas, one of those shows where we were trying to, stay up and watch it as kids, you know what I'm saying? And
why was you trying to watch it though?
Hey, you know what? I enjoyed the show as a whole. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, I was managed, so of course, you want to see Jack A, but you know what I'm saying? But I like the show. I like the dynamic of the show. I like the characters. It was well written. And as I look at it as an adult and look back at it, it was an amazing show still, you know what I'm saying, as an adult when I look back at it. So, but everybody in the in the comments is saying Jack A, Jack A. Yeah.
Jack A.
Facts.
Yeah,
it's a fact.
Even as little boys, you know what I'm saying. We was checking the teachers out. You know what I'm saying. So
What? Yeah. Oh, yeah. But see, it wasn't like it is today, right? Like we had one or two teachers back then that was fire, and the rest of them was teachers. They were just regular. Yeah, they was regular, right? We didn't have no young teachers, and if we did, like it was like only a couple of them. And the teachers we had were seasoned. They have been teaching 20, 30 years now. The high turnover rate for teachers is so high. Like the teachers that are in the schools now, or some of them are only a few years older than some of the kids. I've seen this in high school.
And they wilding out.
Yeah, where the kids 17, 18, and the teachers teaching them is 22, 23.
Right.
So, I'm like, this is kind of wild. It's kind of wild.
It's quite interesting how things have changed from that early 80s to now. Like I remember one of my teachers. Her name was Miss Barufka, and she was an old Russian lady.
And you know what, Miss Barufka, shout out to our Lancaster folks, Lancaster, Texas.
Mhm.
An interesting story about Miss Barufka. She had a son named Samuel Barufka. You know what I'm
Uh-huh.
saying? And people used to chase him home. I used to feel bad for the fella.
Right,
They used
right.
to chase that dude home every day we got
Because
off
you
the
know
bus
why they chased him home, right?
because they ain't like his mom's.
See, facts.
So, it's that, and that's one of those things where if your mom was a teacher or something dealing with the school that other kids had to deal with, like, I mean, you had a hard time. You had a hard
Right,
time because because of the simple fact of people hated your mom or they loved your mom. If they
right.
loved your mom and your mom was a teacher, you were good.
Now the students banging your mom.
Whoa, whoa.
That's it, bro.
Um,
Like, there's too many stories out there that are wild, bro. Like the teachers are sleeping with the students, 15, 16-year old. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, wow. That's wild for moms to be out here banging your homies. You know what I'm
That's
saying? Like that's crazy for your sister to smash the homies or your girl to smash the homies, but your mom smashed the
mom,
homies? Oh
mom.
wow.
Your mom's, bro. Like, you pull up, like, and you kicking it with a little homie 16, you know what I'm saying? Y'all, you know what I'm saying, getting a little puff on, you know what I'm saying, got your vape, got your little whatever they're drinking nowadays, and you know what I'm saying? It'd be like, yo, man, your mom's fine. Like, be like, hold on, like, why you hitting on my mom's, man? Then and you find out. That's tough, man. I don't know
Well,
how I could take that, man. I don't know.
we don't have that issue, you know what I'm saying? But I'm pretty sure Trisha Michelle's son has that issue because um I'm pretty sure his friends think his mom is fire and
Right,
And I'm pretty sure there are kids at her daughter's school that feel the same. The little boy at her daughter's school feel the same when they
right.
see her because that's just the nature of how it is. Because even at, we start getting 11, 12-ish on up, like
Mm-hmm.
that's when it starts for boys. That's when it really kicks in. So you start liking older women. And I ain't
Right.
talking about a couple years old. I'm talking about grown, I'm talking about
Grown women.
grown women. Yeah.
They developed.
Need to sit down, just hot pants. It's wild.
You be getting hit on by the young kids at the school?
No, I don't. Thank God. At least they stay away or whatever it is. But also, my kids don't like me on campus. So,
See,
Oh.
that's why. That's why. That's exactly why.
Max, don't you ever come pick me up for school. You way down the street.
yeah,
I
when my son
will
was in high
come.
school, he was like, "Do not get out the car," and I was like,
See,
"Okay."
see, when your
See,
when your kids don't want you to be picked up from school, it's either two reasons: you're fire or you're ugly. So
right.
ain't no
No,
in between.
I mean that's a fact.
Ain't no in between.
That is a fact. It could go one of two ways. It can be
Yeah,
two things.
yeah.
That is a fact. That is a fact. I'm just
But
saying.
but hold
So,
on. But let's ask a serious question though. Like, how do you know your mom is ugly though? Right? Like for you, it's mama, right? So if
if none of your partners hitting on your mom.
That doesn't technically mean that though.
Yeah, but some moms is mom. Some moms is just mom. Like I can
Yeah.
tell you straight up, like my mom has always looked like a mom to me. She just looks like
Right,
a TV mom. Like she
right.
ain't this, she ain't that. She just a nice lady and she keeps herself, what I'm saying, wholesome. And so that's what people see. So they never looked at her that way.
Right.
Not that I know of, but I did have some homeboys that had mamas that was thick or
That
that was
was
fine for
yeah.
everybody, and either that or the ones that they thought their mama was funny looking or weird looking, then they roasted them. So
Right.
ain't no
See,
in
Oh,
between.
now that's how you find out because somebody says
right.
some little joke about something that's a little off.
They'll tell you the truth in a joke
Yeah,
But
because they
sometimes they
can't
won't.
outright say it.
Because sometimes they won't joke because they know they'll catch an eye jammy. So
Yeah,
sometimes they won't
that's a
say anything
fact.
because they know they get punched in their face. So
I had one of my closest partners, the first friend I met in Lancaster, Texas, Desmond Brown. I had him pull me. You remember Desmond, right?
yeah.
One of my first partners, right? He used to hit on my aunt Linda, man. Like he used to be like, man, your auntie fine. I'd be like, y'all like, man, what is wrong with you, man? We ain't even thinking like that. You get what I'm saying? But
Well,
we
of course
young.
you're not.
Right. We young lads. You get what I'm saying?
But it's
We
your
young.
aunt. It's your
Right.
aunt. You ain't thinking like that, but trust me, the word in the neighborhood was she was fine. So trust
That
me.
is a fact. That is a fact.
Trust me. It was discussed a few times, but you know, hey, we try we try to be respectful, you know what I'm saying, to everybody's mom. So you know what I'm
Right.
saying? So
Hey, if she had cakes and all of that, we're boys, okay? It's like whatever. And if that was the thing, it's like, yo, man, like she fine, So sometimes we and it was easier for boys to get in to talk to the daughters if you were nice with the mom, especially if no pops was around. So if she was fine, it just made it a little easy. But she always offered us snacks too, so just
snacks. Oh.
No. Not the kind of snacks, man. Not the kind of snacks, my good brother.
Clearly.
But the juicy juices, you know what I'm saying?
Just the juicy juices. It's a little Debbie's. You know what I'm saying? The snack cakes, baby.
Patricia, don't be offering these little boys no snacks, all right?
For people that don't know what that is, they like, huh?
Juicy juice, Mott's. You know what I'm saying? Little, and she fixed the sandwich really nice. I'm just saying. So
see, I was one of those little kids where I was super managed, so I would have been at the house saying some wild stuff like, "Ma'am, do you have any more of that juice? I like your juice. I like your juice." That was the type of stuff I would say.
Go sit down. I was like, go sit
down. Yeah.
Hey, in some cases, that's what was said, but not in all cases.
Yeah.
It wasn't go sit down.
Well, it was a lot of go sit down for me, so I can't say I can't say that. You know, I wasn't one of those kids who was blessed with super height and a beard at a young age and all this stuff that would make me appealing to older woman and nothing like that. But some dudes matured early and they became eye candy for some of these ladies. So that's weird, but
I was short.
It's the truth.
I was short, so I had to, I couldn't do much of anything anyway. But why was daddies always, they always used to, mess with your boy. You know what I'm saying? Like pops, leave a brother alone. I just like your daughter. You know
nah, he knew you was a little sticky dude, so he was like, yeah, I see you. I see you.
Yeah, I was always trying to be nice and be introduced to the dad. And then the dad always had these, you know what I'm saying, little feelings about me. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it is what it is. But hey, I still got in good with the daughters. I'm just saying.
All right, the comments is wilding.
Right.
The Kelvin Conway says seat sniffers waiting for company to leave.
Dang.
Okay.
Hey, it's a real thing. People do it.
It's a real thing. It's a real thing. I had someone that introduced me to it as a kid, and I was like, this is weird. But as we became adults and on social media, like I have seen countless memes of that same exact thing. So it's really a thing. Like it's really something that people were doing, and I'm pretty sure kids still do it. Sniffing seats. Man. Sniffing seats. It's the wildest thing, but hey,
I'm assuming it will put that under fetish.
Yeah.
So I guess so. You can have a foot fetish. You can have, what'd you say, Trisha?
We can put that in the deranged. That ain't no.
Some of these people need to be on meds. You got to understand. Yes.
And some of these people who were seat sniffers are regular individuals that you talk to every day, and you would never know that they did that.
They was just obsessed with you if you was fine or thought beauty's in the eye of the beholder. And some people just like cakes, and if you had the nice cakes, you know what I'm saying? Like they was infatuated. You
know man, Cole said, "Yep, I did a church lady that would stop by."
Oh man,
Z,
not people, the church lady, not Sister Williams.
Sister Watermelon and all.
Okay, no, hold on. That's funny because I believe. Now, anybody can point that out. I believe every black church in America, especially, has a Sister Williams. every black church has at least one Sister Williams in their congregation. Like that's a crazy fact to think about, but I think every black church has at least one Sister Williams. At least
I would agree.
That's funny.
And a little bit wild, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I've heard some interesting stories during testimony service. So, pastors, I understand why y'all took testimony service out, because people would say a lot of stuff. So, especially some of the Sister Williams.
Yeah, well, some people have some testimonies that they didn't get a chance to share with people, so they bottled it up, and it caused them to have issues in life, right? So they ended up in places like jail. But we have something that randomly popped up that I wanted to discuss with you all before we go into our real topics. And we talked about this a little bit before the show. So yeah, this has nothing to do with today's show. This has nothing to do with today's topic. Y'all know we kind of random at times, and y'all know if y'all follow Big Ken, y'all know I'm super random at times. This popped up, and this was hilarious to me. So this is why some of y'all boyfriends keep going back to jail. That is a man with a man with boobs in jail, right?
You mean wait. You can get cosmetic surgery in jail too?
You can.
Wow.
Well, I don't know, but I know one thing: if you're a guy on the outside and you go to jail, even if you've had cosmetic surgery, you're a guy on the inside unless you have unless you went full blown, unless you had the full surgery. Wow. You going to jail with the other guys. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but that's always
guys are happy to have you,
and that's always funny to me though. That's always funny to me though, because I'm a, you know, those of you who know me, I'm a really big fan of 60 Days In. 60 Days In is a show that allows people, regular people generally, to go to jail for 60 days, win $50,000.
Wait. Hold on. 60 days. You get to go to jail voluntarily,
They volunteer to go to jail for 60 days, and what they do while they're in there, they're gathering intel. They're telling the people like how was it in the jail, insider stuff, right? That's their job, and they get paid $50,000 for that 60 days.
Oh well, hold on, like hold on. Wait a minute. No, I mean no. I need my cosmetics. I need my nails buffed and all of that, and my emery boards and all that. So, but that's intriguing though. 50,000.
I'll go.
You know, 50,000, it could change a lot of people's lives, right?
Yeah.
So I don't see the bad side of it, other than the risk that you're taking going in. You know what I'm saying? Because things happen fast in jail, from what I've been told. I've never been, thank you God.
But
things happen fast. So
I ain't gonna tell that side of the story, but I've been, and it was the worst experience ever in my life, because they fed me food I didn't like, I couldn't eat, and
but see, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's unpleasant for most people. So why would you like to go back? Why would you get out and like to go back?
Now, see, if you're protected in that joint, 50,000. Do I have to eat the food?
You ain't protected,
they're not bringing you McDonald's and Burger King and steak on a plate.
You eating everything. You are a prisoner for 60 days. Whatever the prisoners get,
so I gotta eat the powdered cheese and all
whatever
that. Make them,
whatever they eat, you eat.
The ramen noodles and
you gotta make them.
You get commissary. You get everything. You are a prisoner for 60 days. So as far as
60 days, my stomach would be messed up. I got a sensitive stomach.
All I know is that ramen is fire.
Well,
with the Cheetos on it, the hot Cheetos on it.
Only the higher ups know that you're in there. The COs and all those people, they don't know anything, so they're gonna treat you like a regular inmate. That's the whole thing. And the Kelvin Conway said you can catch real charges in there too. So if you're in there and you do something like fighting or get caught with drugs or anything like that, like, you can catch real charges.
So it ain't no guarantee that you're gonna actually come out of that joint though.
Nothing is guaranteed.
If somebody beefing with you, you get what I'm saying? If
they might shank
Leroy beefing with you and he think you're a little punk and you
they
swing
might
on him, Yeah,
You gotta go in and let them know you that nigga.
I mean, I could go in there and come.
Nah, that's the wrong move.
But listen, I'm
that's
all
the wrong
of 5'9", and listen, I got to use something against somebody, and if I ain't got no shank, I ain't got nothing to defend myself. You get what I'm saying? Yeah,
If you 5'9", you doing the bending in there.
No, that the devil is a lie. You gonna have to kill me.
I ain't
gonna make it out alive. And along with the food, and I can't get my nails filed and my cuticles cut. I ain't gonna make it.
He gonna live up to his name, Benji.
In the knee.
No, you might as well go and kill me. Day one, I'm gone. They say there's a thing called eternal security, so I'll be all right. I'm straight. Yeah, I'm good.
That's the only time you're gonna be safe is if you're in the upper room.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And you done left the earth, but but for real though, when you're in that program, nothing's guaranteed. But as Cole said in the comments, you can tap out though. So if you're in there and you feel like, you know what I'm saying, it's too much, then they give you a code word that you can say. You can look into the camera, and when they pull you out to interview, they interview random inmates at different times just to mix you in.
Check this show out.
60 days in is pretty dope, but yeah, you can tap out. But if you tap out, you don't get paid. That's the problem.
I don't get like a prorated, like
no.
I kind of did something.
You don't get like now hold on. Right after the show is hitting your deposit, or they do you like a check system, 60 days, and then you gotta wait 7 days for your check to clear.
Either way, the check is coming.
I'm not sure how they pay. I've heard that some of these people have had to wait months and some of these people got paid right away. So I don't know. But I know one thing, at this point in time, I wouldn't do the program because what's happened is it's become so popular, the show has, that the inmates are suspicious when you come in and they notice certain things. So the last few seasons, they walked up to participants and say, "You 60 days in, ain't you?" Right. And it's like, whoa, wait a minute, not me.
They probably,
you know what I'm saying?
Look, you're gonna have to give me 10. You're gonna have to give me 10, or you ain't gonna make it. You get what I'm saying? Like the negotiations start, and see, you get what I'm saying? Listen, the food ain't worth it for me because listen, I can't do ramen noodles and the powdered cheese and the milk every day. Like I can't do it.
We got it. The food and your nails. We got
it. Yeah, I can't do it. It's off the table, but I watch it though.
Yeah. No, it's dope. So y'all should check it out. So when I refer to it from now on, y'all would know exactly what I'm talking about.
Right.
All right. So speaking of outages, you know what I'm saying? Like AT&T dropped the ball, y'all. I woke up the other morning and looked at my phone. It said SOS. I was like, whoa, what is going on in this world?
Right.
And I ain't gonna lie to you. The first thing I thought about was this movie.
Need to work. Like it's over. Internet down? What's happening?
Like the AT&T didn't crash. Oh my God. What is going on?
Now y'all couldn't message on social media or anything like that.
I mean, you could do anything if you was on Wi-Fi at home.
Yeah, the cellular towers were down, but the Wi-Fi, stuff like that was working. So you still able to, remote in for work and do all this stuff, but you couldn't make phone calls over the cellular network. Now you could make phone calls over Wi-Fi, so you still had service.
You still could like FaceTime if it was on Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Okay,
it's a little irritating. That's all.
Oh,
my son woke me up at 3 a.m. to tell me, to ask me what was wrong with the phone. Like, don't you ever wake me up for nothing like that. I don't care what's wrong with the phone. Not right now. I don't.
3 a.m?
Yeah.
Yeah, you would have got. Oh no, I can't cuss no more. Sorry. Yeah, got cussed out. But yeah, 3 a.m.
It was down for like a long time, and then even when it came back up, it was like spotty for like days.
Like 10, 12 hours, something like that.
Yeah, it was horrible.
Ken, you got the number to Jerry Jones? Did you hit him up?
No, I definitely don't have the number to Jerry Jones. I don't have nothing to say to Jerry at this point. So, but my service came up and I didn't have no more issues. Like by noontime, my service was up. Everything was back to normal. I didn't have no issue. But I'm telling you, like for a split second, when I woke up, I was disoriented. I saw the SOS and I said, "Leave the world behind." This is what's going on. So if y'all haven't seen that movie on Netflix, you definitely got to go check it out. And also, it was funny because when I was out in Cali a couple weeks ago, is part of that movie where they have a bunch of white Teslas crashing into each
Yeah,
other.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
And
yeah,
for
yeah.
some reason, Cali has a bunch of white Teslas everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
It's like everywhere you go, you can see a white Tesla everywhere.
Teslas
So
are everywhere.
with
Yeah.
Teslas
Everybody.
everywhere for sure, but the white ones, it seemed like it was an abundance of them. So
Right.
that was the running story for me. I was like, man, I'm getting these lead the world.
Like, hold on, wait a minute. That means it's about to happen like this in the movie. I know what flick you're talking about. It's scared. What was the name of it?
Yeah, leave the world behind.
Leave the
It's
world
good.
behind.
Yeah.
It's good. It's cool.
Yeah. So, but
AT.
yeah. So a lot
I'm
of
going
those
to my
movies.
credit.
Y'all straight. Y'all still sticking with AT&T. Y'all straight though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I have no issues with AT&T, bro. Like, all these companies have issues at some point.
Right.
So
Yeah.
because there's been times where Verizon and some of these other companies have gone down where AT&T was just fine.
Right.
So, I mean, they all have issues and they are gonna have prices fluctuating in different areas and all this other stuff. But AT&T's been cool for me, and I've had AT&T, Southwest and Bell, and all that stuff since we was kids. So, like,
Oh,
It
wow.
if it ain't
does
broke,
bring
don't
the
fix it.
idea up, though, that if your phone ever goes down, you should know the alternative on how to still fluctuate and operate, right?
Well, but that's the problem. That's the problem. I think if phone systems go down, or a couple of weeks they had this thing was saying that something, one of the satellites or something was in the direct path of a possible meteor, where if
Mm.
it get knocked out, like the internet will be down for days. I'm like, if the internet goes down, oh my
Yeah.
God.
Electrical cars in trouble because it's all kind of stuff, right?
Oh, that's catastrophe. That's for most of these people, that's prehistoric living. For us, we've experienced it before because
Right.
Right.
we were alive before before the
Before it
internet,
existed. Yeah.
I know
right?
how to fluctuate without a phone, so it's not a huge deal for me, right?
I think most people our age would know how to function without a phone,
Right.
but function effectively for a period of time. Now
Would
that
be
would be a
that
question.
would be super boring though. I can't
An
lie to you.
ongoing of that would, yeah.
But I'm
Yeah,
gonna tell
that
you
would be
straight
boring.
up. If something like that happen, it's gonna be a baby boom after that. Because one thing that's not gonna stop is cake clapping.
Okay,
Some
yeah,
people you're gonna be bored. You're gonna be doing that for sure.
yeah. Well, that's if you yeah, no, never mind.
It's like, hey,
No.
America's favorite pastime is not baseball; it's cakes clapping.
It's cake
No.
babies.
We're not
Baby making season while the Wi-Fi is down.
I
Facts.
watch all y'all have babies.
Y'all
Don't have
ain't having no babies. I don't want no more.
Nah,
I don't want no more.
nah.
Trisha, you don't want no more babies?
No.
She like me. Her babies are older. You know what I'm saying? Like
Why would you start over?
my baby is 12. I don't want no more. I don't want to start over no more.
Yeah,
I
That's
agree.
it.
We all agree on this space.
Yeah.
The only thing I would say is I wish I would have met my lady years ago. So we could have.
Well, but I'll say this before we move on. You wish you would have met her years ago, but you weren't the same Benji you are now.
That is a fact.
Met her when you were supposed to meet her.
Exactly.
I totally understand that.
Y'all wouldn't be together because she probably wouldn't want you.
I mean,
yeah, you was a different Benji a few years ago.
Yeah, it was. That is a fact. About a year and a half ago. So trust me, yes. He was on a whole different stratosphere.
All right, so speaking of wild stuff, Benji talking about this wild stuff. Trump continues to do things that's just that entertain me. I can't lie to you. I don't care what nobody says. They don't like him. They don't agree with him. I don't agree with him. I don't. But I don't like some of the stuff he says. A lot of stuff he says. But let me tell you, is he entertaining? Yes,
he is beyond entertaining.
He's entertaining. So this week he made the news. The past couple weeks.
Yeah,
Trump got some sneakers, y'all.
He dropped them.
Hey, y'all see them things?
And let me tell you.
With the T and the flag on them.
And let me tell you, these joints fire though. I don't care what nobody say. I'm a sneakerhead. I looked at the craftsmanship of the shoe. I looked
Right.
at the color scheme. I looked at it close up. Fat Joe had it on his live stream.
Right.
So I got a chance to look at them from there. Man, I ain't gonna lie to you. These shoes fire. These shoes, these shoes
Now,
fire.
now here's the crazy part though. Some people bought them and they were sold at auctions and on eBay because there's only, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, there's only about 50 of them that he made, and one of them sold for about $9,000. Somebody auctioned and bought them for about $9,000.
Well, as of today, this is from a story today. They
Mhm.
said that the shoes were originally selling for $399 for
Right.
$399 a pair.
Right.
That's really high. But
Yeah.
you know, hey, it's Trump shoes. They're
Right.
considered designer shoes, and they're limited.
Right.
But somebody has listed them on eBay today at for $45,000.
Wow. And
$45,000.
and somebody's going to buy him because he can't do business in New York. So somehow, some way, if you try to purchase those, somebody, it's like giving to his campaign because he's still running. So he's okay. I get it. Like, I understand the art, I understand everything behind it, right? But he is staying relevant by doing whatever he's doing.
Yeah.
And it's like he's ahead of the game when it comes to, all the stuff that comes out. Again, I don't agree with his tactics and stuff neither, but
He's marketing himself.
he's marketing himself. And,
Yeah.
and to a degree, people are still marketing him because of all the shenanigans. They can't stay away from the stuff that he does. So,
But here's the crazy thing, like, people. I saw a lot of comments under several posts, and they were saying he's pandering to black people because
oh,
black
yeah,
people love sneakers.
right.
So
Absolutely. It's first thing I thought. I said,
Right.
oh, okay. He
yeah,
made
he
a shoe.
came out.
He made a shoe for the niggas. I said,
That is
hey,
a
black
fact.
people,
Hey,
he made a
hey,
shoe
hey,
for the niggas.
hey, black folks love gold. So you know what I'm saying?
And
The
that
shoe
is
is
another
gold on
fact.
top of that. Oh man. So I'm telling you right now, PJ Tucker will probably end up with a
You'll
shoe
probably end up with a
parody.
Oh, hold on. PJ might get roasted to the 10th degree coming out on the court with some Trump stuff.
But hooping them, man, I don't know, man. These guys do a lot of stuff
Right.
for clicks, you know what I'm
Right.
saying, for content.
Right.
So but he's a shoe collector, you know what I'm
That
saying?
is a
Just like
fact.
Fat Joe, he's a shoe collector, he's a sneakerhead.
Right.
So, but I thought that was funny when I saw him, and then I saw him, I was like, oh, wait a minute.
They fire.
That kind
They
of
look
fire.
good.
That kind of fire though. So whoever designed those, they did a decent job. I can't lie, but I wouldn't buy them
$399 or $45K, Ken.
even if they were $99. I still wouldn't buy them.
Okay.
But whoever did them did a good job because I'm not putting my money out there to support,
His campaign.
his cause at all.
Right. And
Not
that was
knowingly.
the thought. That was the thought I had behind it because Fat Joe was saying he was doing it for the art of it, right?
Yeah.
Fat Joe is a New Yorker, right? So he knows he can't do business in New York. So he says, I'm not voting for him. I'm not this, I'm not that. But like, you actually are supporting his campaign when you buy a pair of his sneakers.
But
You
Fat
know
Joe,
that's where it's going to.
But Fat Joe's different though because I think a lot of people don't understand, especially rappers from the '90s. Like a lot of those guys, they knew Trump. They hung
Right.
around. They
That's
stayed
true.
at the Trump Towers. Like when you listen to a lot of
They
music
hung
from
out
the
with him,
'90s,
right?
they referenced him a lot
Right.
because
Yeah.
he was the big guy in New York. So it's a bunch of East Coast rappers. They
Right.
referenced Trump a lot. So he
Right.
was like the icon, the guy to be because he was the richest guy around, one of the richest guys around, and he was just that guy.
Right.
So, but till he became president and people start to really listen to the rhetoric that he spews at times and the things that he says, they didn't know who he was. They just knew he was this guy that had a lot of money and people liked him,
Right.
So, but hey, now they kind of know. And like I said, we'll never see anything like the people who stormed the castle. I mean, the Capitol building. Like that was like we've never seen anything like that in our lifetime. That was the wildest.
Right.
And it may never ever happen again.
I don't know. I don't know. They've been saying some reckless stuff lately with his pending issues, and they
Oh,
standing behind your boy. He just won the primary in South Carolina, FYI. So he's still in the race, which is
Well,
crazy in itself. But hey,
in
this
the
is
word
America, right?
in the words of Barack Obama, some of y'all don't like him either, but in the words of Barack Obama, when it comes down to voting, don't boo, vote. You know what I'm saying? Don't just sit and boo. You know what I'm saying? Trump, if you
right.
don't like him, go actually vote.
Go
If
vote.
somebody's on the
Absolutely.
ballot that's speaking to, you know what I'm saying, the things that you want to see, and you know, the laws that you want to see passed and things of that nature, then that's who you need to vote for. Don't
Right.
listen to other people around you. Don't listen to your friends, your family members. Your vote is your vote. So, you know what I'm saying? I don't like to talk about, a lot of people say, well, we talk about our ancestors died and all this stuff for our right to vote. But for me, I vote because my grandmother was a huge advocate for voting,
Right.
and she spent a lot of time at polls and stuff when I was young, not on the stripper pole, but she was at the voting poll.
Right.
So I just, I just want to make that clear. I want to make that clear.
Yeah,
But
yeah, I
you
had the
know,
right.
you
Not the stripper pole.
know what I'm saying? You have to be careful out here. So
Right. You gotta be politically correct.
yeah,
Right.
yep. So yeah, we won't definitely do that. But
Go
yeah.
get you
So
some Trumps, Trisha.
Oh, I'm good.
Are you good? You straight?
I'll take his stimulus, but I don't want nothing else from him.
well, everybody take that stimulus. See, that's the funny thing, right? You don't like
Right.
these guys, but when they start handing out free money, you like, give me some.
Well,
Everybody just say, "Give me some for the free money,"
You
but
ain't
I
gonna
don't.
turn that down. You ain't gonna say, no, I don't want that.
Democrats approved that. He just took it over because he was in charge. But that's another story.
Hey, we ain't gonna get too deep into that
Yeah, we
because
don't get too deep into that. We don't get too deep into
we don't we don't profess to be political experts of any sort, so we
that.
don't
Right.
want to spew
Just
no
vote.
misinformation, because that's not what we do.
Go get your tennis shoes. I'm just saying. You might want to cop a
Yeah.
pair.
Well, if you can afford those tennis shoes, inbox us.
Yeah.
I got some ideas for you.
I got some.
Right. There's
Because if you got that type of money,
something else
Yeah,
that
we got some marketing strategies. We need you to, you know what I'm
there's
saying?
yeah,
something
Bump
else
up.
you could be doing.
we got some ideas for you.
We
Yeah.
need a billboard. You know what I'm saying? Up
All
around
right.
the block.
All right. So speaking of businesses, man, you know what? Snoop Dogg and Master P have been in the news lately.
Right.
And I've seen some videos. So they have the cereal. And I've had some of this cereal. It's okay. It's okay.
It's all right.
Not gonna talk down on it. It's okay cereal.
I haven't
Um,
tried it yet.
yeah, I support it. I went and bought a box of both. So it's okay, you know what I'm saying? But the crazy thing about it is there was a guy who I saw the video of. He was in Walmart. He went to the shelves. It wasn't on any of the shelves.
Right.
So they walked in the back on the shelves in the back in the stock room, and here was boxes on boxes of it. But
Right.
they're telling him it's sold
There's
out.
none. Yeah, because
So
the lawsuit states that they were letting all of their product sit in the back, get stale, instead of being out on the out on the shelves to be sold. Instead, it was sitting in the back, getting stale, and then they put it out, or they put it in like the little, you know how Walmart has the little crates way at the back of,
yeah,
and they were
Yeah.
putting them in there. And so by the time you were getting it, product wasn't as great, and then you couldn't just find it instantly like that. So that's kind of the idea that's been surfacing and going around, and the reason why they have the lawsuit going.
yeah.
His ice fire. Snoop
And
Dogg got cream fire.
I can barely hear you, Trish.
yeah, we didn't hear you.
I said, oh my bad. I said Snoop Dogg got ice cream. It's fire.
Oh,
I have to try it. I have to try the ice cream. I haven't tried anything else. He has. I heard about the ice cream, and then the cereal, and then of course the smoky smoke. I haven't tried any. I haven't tried those things. Just the cereal. So
Oh yeah,
yeah, I
Snoop
I
have.
tried the ice.
Snoop did say he's trying to sell everything even if he can get his hands on the George Foreman grill, he'll try to sell it. So
That's
He's
dope. That's
involved in
dope.
everything.
Yeah,
that,
definitely.
that is a fact.
Definitely. I saw him also. He was instrumental in getting Steve Urkel's Purple Urkel weed brand into the stores. So
Oh,
he collaborated with Jaleel White. So he has a strain called Purple Urkel.
Purple Urkel. Oh,
Yeah.
That's pretty
Yeah,
catchy. I like that.
yeah. I mean, the
It
marketing
is
was
very
dope for it.
catchy. Yeah.
The packaging was dope. I was like, I don't even smoke, but I might, it looks like it's cool to buy. You know what I'm saying? Just to have, but it looked dope. So,
Hey
and it
man,
was
you
dope,
never know. A lot of this stuff could
literally.
become collector's items or whatever. You never know when you like. I never knew that when I gave you that Brett Favre card that it would be worth about
This guy,
$1,200. You know what I'm
this
saying?
guy.
So
This guy
Hey,
never forget. Never forget.
and never. I have a outstanding memory sometimes. So, but yeah, I mean, we might need to go get us a couple boxes of Snoop cereal and just hold on to them. You know what I'm talking about? They win this lawsuit, uh, it might be on the shelves way more often, or they're gonna get a nice payout or something. Some good got to come from it, right?
yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, hopefully everything works out for them. And of course, what people, understand is product placement is key in the store because some of you all, um, when you go in the store, height matters. Some of those stuff is placed in certain areas where
Mhm.
it's eye line, right? And then some of the stuff is above. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? So they were putting his cereals up high as well. So when you walk in the store, the average person is not looking up to the top to see cereal, or they wait till they see a guy like me to have to come, hand them
And hand it to them.
get the box of cereal for them. So, and some people just won't bother because if just say for instance, one of the things that they sell, though, I think the cereal Master P was holding, it's similar to Cinnamon Toast Crunch. So
Right.
if Cinnamon Toast Crunch is right here in front of me and
I'm
that
gonna grab
cereal
some
is
too. Right.
above, why wouldn't I just grab the Cinnamon Toast Crunch versus
Yeah.
grabbing, cereal
Okay. So
that's kind of like it, but I don't know yet. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But
Right.
I know what this tastes like because it's consistent and I've had it before. So,
And that's part of the issue too that there's stating is why there's not many black owned brands, but why is that stuff sitting way in the back or kind of out of sight, out of mind?
I mean, we
And
know
I
why.
would venture to say it's because of marketing.
oh
You
yeah.
get what I'm saying? Like I'm sure Post cereal is $1 billion. You know what I'm saying? They can pay to have their stuff sitting right where they need it to sit, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure, all these big brands, they pay for that, placement in the store. And they have deals with
Right.
Walmart and, with me in the profession I'm in where I do contracts every day. It's probably written in there that,
Right,
what I'm saying, as part of the contract that they are placed in, those prime areas in the store to make sure that they're seen, and especially on end caps. End
right,
caps are big because, if people don't even turn down the main down the big aisles, they walking down the main aisle, so the end caps is gonna grab your attention too. So
right.
but yeah, product placement is key. So people out there with businesses, if developing anything and you're gonna sell it in a major store, make sure that you consider that where your product is placed, because
Right.
don't just settle for your product being in the store. That's not good enough. You know what I'm saying?
Most of our folks just drop their stuff off and then take off and don't even go check up on it and see where it's at, what's going on with it. You know, they're just happy that it's in the store. So this is kind of a lesson we can take from here. Peep your product out. Know where your product at. I totally agree with Ken.
Yep. So yeah,
Yeah, you
don't,
gotta
don't
follow up.
yeah,
Gotta
definitely,
follow up
definitely.
with that. Mhm.
Facts.
Yup. All right, so the next topic up is a funny one. We're gonna dip back a couple weeks now.
Hmm.
Um, Usher's been in the news the past few weeks for
Right.
for a few
Yeah.
different reasons. This week they were discussing the potential of verses with Usher and R. Kelly
Right.
and how that would go. And I saw a lot of the list, and a lot of the list are good list, good music. There now, I ain't gonna lie to you. The ones I saw where R. Kelly's songs were listed, not all 20 of the songs were certified bangers. You know what I'm saying? Like there was a good list out there. Now I'm
Hmm.
not saying R. Kelly don't have it, because he definitely has it. And if you do it in a versus concept, it's not only it's the songs that he wrote and he performed for himself, it's the
Hmm.
songs that he produced for others.
Right.
So
Right.
he has a I always say, I really don't think anybody can go toe to toe with R. Kelly's catalog
Nobody.
outside of Mike.
Michael Jackson, right?
Yeah,
I
outside of
mean,
Michael Jackson.
MJ, Prince,
No, no, no,
whatever.
no, 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 no. Don't do
What?
that.
What?
No, 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 no.
Prince
Prince.
ain't
No,
touching.
no, no, no.
Oh, hold on.
We're talking about mass appeal. We're not talking about what you like. You got to keep that in mind. We're talking about somebody in Sri Lanka knowing this song.
Ethiopia. Huh?
Somebody in Sri Lanka is listening to the Michael Jackson Thriller album right now.
Oh yeah,
Right.
no doubt, no doubt.
So that's what we're talking about. And R. Kelly has a lot of work that he's done for other people that even if his music itself didn't reach, what he wrote and produced for other people has far reach.
Right.
So Usher has some bangers, but I think that Usher, Chris Brown might be more on the
Neck and neck.
same, yeah,
Right.
more on the same. And then you would have to say, okay, y'all not only have to play this music, y'all got to perform it. So that I think that would be interesting to see them have to perform against each other. I think that would be entertaining. That'd probably be one of the top, that's definitely would be the top 5 verses, you know what I'm saying, ever. If they
I
were
don't think
able to.
they're ever gonna do it though, right?
I don't.
He in one of his songs on his new album Coming Home, he says it like I hear people talk about me in the verses. Y'all could stop it. Like
Yeah, he
nah.
ain't getting no bread. He ain't
like,
getting no major bread from that.
Well,
yeah.
it doesn't do anything for him, right? It doesn't
Right.
improve his brand. It doesn't improve his legacy or anything. So, I get it, right? Why would you do it? There has to be some type of purpose behind it.
Right.
During the pandemic, people were doing it because it was just, it was nothing going on.
Right.
They were looking for places to perform, places to, express their art. So this was a way to do it. You know what I'm
Didn't
saying?
Sweet the versus rights or sponsorship or whatever? Didn't he
Well,
sell that?
I think they got everything back. Him and Timberland. I think they have everything back, and they were talking about it, but I hadn't seen anything come to fruition anytime in the past year or so because they stopped doing them. So,
Right.
But all this stuff is just hypothetical. But
Right.
let's get back to Usher. So Usher had the Super Bowl halftime performance. A lot of people raved about it. It was amazing. It was an amazing thing, right? It was an amazing thing for us to see. A lot of people
Dope show, sure.
complained about he performed a lot of songs in a short amount of time. And I was explaining to people, like, what did you want? You wanted him to perform 3 songs, the whole song, because he only had 15 minutes.
Right.
So, and that was a
And
long
with the guests he
halftime.
was bringing out, trying to bring everybody in, they kind of collabed and brought everything together. And those people, if you just to be honest, they don't understand collaboration, like how to be on prompt and on time. Like he hit those songs really good. Gave us what?
Just enough.
30 seconds of the hit songs. Bow, you only gonna know, to be honest, most of the major parts in the song already. Anyway, if you follow him, you hit those, boom, hit the next one, boom, boom. Like I thought it was actually very strategic and very good. So I actually loved it.
Yeah.
He maximized his time. He had the longest half show time in history. 15 minutes is the longest that they've ever allowed.
Yeah, and it was dope. And like y'all said, he brought out other people, so he gave other people some shine. And it was dope. But one part of the show stole the show, and that's when he did the song with Alicia Keys when she came out, because at first they talked about how she hit the bad note when she came out. She did. I like Alicia Keys, but that note was terrible. That first note, it was a little janky. But she recovered. She recovered the fumble, and she was able to continue and do a great performance from that point on. But when she was singing,
it was curtains from there.
Yeah, boy, when she was singing, she had that red outfit on. That red outfit was outfitting. Boy,
it was fire.
Anyway,
I love red, so yeah. So I mean,
she was looking good.
Either way,
it fit like love. Her body was bodying.
But this is the moment. This is the moment that it went sideways. This moment right here,
yeah, man,
is where it went sideways.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah,
look,
I'd be sour.
I know they friends. I know they've performed before, and they did the rendition based on kind of the choreography that they did for My Boo, that song they had together, and they kind of did the same thing they did in the video. So if you go back and look at the video, they kind of did the same thing, but she's a married woman and he's now a married man. But to be up behind her like that and have some other guy have your wife smiling like that, I don't know.
My man. I don't care what no woman, I don't care what no dude say. Listen, he is in close proximity to the case.
She is genuinely happy in that moment.
I don't give a hoot nanny, and I'm trying not to cuss.
He said close proximity. No, he has meat on
access, meat on cakes. And you can't tell me he didn't get, you know what I'm saying?
That doesn't have to happen, but he definitely.
I mean, yeah, he going a little.
Women don't think like men.
You going a little too far.
No, I'm pretty sure.
Patricia don't understand how many brothers want to get close to her.
That man got control. He's okay.
And who's to say he hadn't been? Who's to say he hadn't been close to her before though? Right? Like they did the song, they were around each other back in the day, so they could have already knocked that out. You know what I'm saying? Years ago. But either way,
they probably did, and that makes it even that much more intense.
But here's the
she
thing.
Don't look like she used to look 10, 15 years ago, bro.
What do you mean? She pretty much does.
Way better.
Looks the same.
Body-wise.
Nah, I mean, we could go back and forth about that. Like Alicia Keys always been thick, bro. So I don't know what you was looking at.
I'm not saying she wasn't fine. What I'm saying to you is that she looks better.
I wouldn't say better. She looked good then. She looked good then. She look good now. She look better to you now because you older.
The only difference between Alicia Keys now and Alicia Keys then is that she's not wearing makeup. She embraced her naturalness and her natural self and just has taken over that part of her beauty. Ain't nothing else different about her.
But listen, I don't care. Listen, this is the mind of a man. You get this close. Listen, there is a natural inclination to feel a certain type if she fine. I'm just saying.
So you just can't brush up against nothing. You just gonna walk around like a board.
Patricia, I just want you to know that there are some brothers that watch you from a distance. And do you not know how thrilled they would be to be like this behind you?
I don't care.
Instantly.
If you can't be behind for all of a few seconds without turning into a plywood, then you need to go get some self-control.
Most brothers don't have that. This is what I'm trying to tell you.
And that's why there's a such thing called a church hug.
Facts.
Well, first of all, you don't do hugs anyway, but that, it happened and that's them. But
I mean, it is. I understand. But what I'm saying is that from a guy's standpoint, now I understand Swizz ain't hurting, you know what I'm saying, for no woman's attention.
He understands the dynamic of what that song originally.
Right. I totally get it. I understand it. He knows she's a performer, yada, yada, yada. But that still don't change a man's nature.
But hold on, though. But that's what I was going to point out, too. She's a performer. He's a performer. Right? They're performing. It's all art, right? So a lot of people were in an uproar about it. But I said it's also the same thing as if she was in a movie and she was in a love scene with somebody. It's the same thing. They're performing. It's art, right?
Get paid, get your money. I'm cool with that. I understand the dynamic of it. But you can't tell me you half naked in a movie scene, dude is on top of you. You got to do the little Hollywood kiss, whatever. The breasts is out, especially if they perky, nice, whatever, And just naturally, you're going to feel this way. It doesn't mean it's wrong. It doesn't mean it's right. It just means that's going to happen.
That's a totally naked woman. You describing an absolutely butt naked woman sitting on top of you versus her.
But I'm still talking about the feeling. I know you got to separate the feeling from the business and all of that, but sometimes it's just the natural feeling.
I think it's about mind control and professionalism. Because they've talked about that before where they have to do a scene and you have to be telling yourself, don't get hard.
Right.
Like I've heard actors say that.
They even give you pills for you not to.
Well, I don't know about all that. I wouldn't want
I
to be
don't know
taking
if
that.
It's
anybody
in
want to take those, because what happens if you
Jamie
just don't
Foxx
up
talks.
and hurt?
Jamie Foxx talks about it. He
I
said
wouldn't
he
want to be
takes
taking
every
that
time.
because
I
what if
mean,
it what if it
I'm
had
gonna take
long term effects? It might mess me up
right,
in the long term. I don't want that.
man. You know, folks will do anything strange for some change, bro. Like,
Just tape it to the side and let's keep going.
yeah.
bro, bro said get some duct tape.
And tape it to the side. Let's keep going,
Toilet.
cause I'm not taking
Listen,
no pill that make me not. No, no,
That's
no, no,
wild. That
no, no, no.
I can't imagine anything good happening from taking a pill. My bad.
I mean, but hey, it's a love scene, which is funny because that would bring up an idea. I gotta search out for something like that. Your movie scene, if you know, name top 6 women, and you were given an option to do a love scene with that person, who would you pick? That'd be kind of interesting, right?
But check this out though. See, this isn't the first time that Usher had this whole thing going on. Y'all
Mm-hmm.
remember this, right? Y'all do remember this.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And Kiki
So
Palmer.
Kiki Palmer, you know what I'm saying, and there was it was a number of celebrity women that were at those shows that got that treatment, right?
Right.
And the Kiki Palmer thing blew up because her baby daddy was upset by it, right?
Right.
So I mean, and rightfully so, he felt like that. But I'm like, you wasn't at the house when she left with her cakes out, bruh? And like, cause
Right.
she like,
He
I
was
mean,
Like, did she wear a long trench coat? Because what?
because the cakes was
provocative,
out.
bro.
The cakes was out. So,
I'm
I
just
mean,
saying.
hey. But also I'm gonna take it even further. Y'all forgot about it when Usher's character on Boondocks did this, didn't you?
Hey, that was my show.
Oh, that man stole Tom Dubois. Right.
Stole
Mr.
his shit.
Dubois. Mr.
Oh,
Dubois.
on Boondocks, and they actually asked him that. And that's what made me think about it. They
They
actually asked him
did.
that in an interview, and he was
Right.
like, "Man, he didn't even really pay attention to that too much, but he thought it was pretty funny back
Right.
then." But I'm like, man, that episode was amazing. But Usher has been known to steal a chick or two here
Yes,
and
and
there.
he's
Well,
So,
he
also
has
known for
corrected.
having something too.
Oh
well,
Lord.
that's accusations. That's that we cannot confirm or deny.
Right.
So I don't know
He
about that.
corrected though that he is not Mr. Steal Your Girl. That is
Yeah.
Trey
So.
Songz.
I mean, you got to say something, right? It's a celebrity. You're in the public eye, so people will say and do anything. So
Well, but here's the amazing thing, though. This is what people didn't go into uproar about, and not a lot of people talked about for that long. Well, this man actually got married after the Super
yes,
Bowl.
And look
I
at
thought
him.
it was right before. I thought he got married like the day before or something like
No,
that.
it was right after
It was
that
right
evening.
after.
Afterwards.
Yeah, it was right
Afterwards.
after, and he got married to his longtime girlfriend. Her name is Jennifer. I'm gonna say Jennifer G because I can't pronounce her last name. I'm not gonna try it. It's a lot of letters, a lot of stuff going on with her last name. But yeah. I mean, they seem like a dope couple. So
Right.
for him, he said his focus wasn't on the Alicia Keys stuff and all the other stuff. He was just trying to enjoy his new marriage, and he had his kids there, and
They did a
every
dope photo shoot. Dope.
yeah,
Photo
They
shoot.
did both of
Yes.
them together, or
It's dope. Like the whole photo shoot and just kind of like capturing a moment of the wedding that he did afterwards and stuff. It's dope. It's dope.
okay. I gotta go check that out.
yeah. So yeah, everything is
Copacetic.
going well for Usher. So I mean, shout out to him and everything that he got going on. And you know what? It's amazing to see it because he was one of those artists that we've grown up with. Right.
Yeah.
He came out when we were young. We were close to the same ages
Right.
when he came out, and we've watched him grow, in his artistry as we've grown. So it's been amazing to see his journey, man. And I'm happy to see him where he is and his career, and to get his flowers by being able to perform at the Super Bowl halftime.
Yeah.
And
Been in the game for a long time.
yeah,
What's that? We're looking at 30 years already.
yeah,
What's that?
30 years.
Yeah.
30
years.
years, and his catalog stands the test of time, man. Like
Absolutely.
every album he's put out has had some bangers on it, and
That
let's
Hard
not
to
forget,
Love album is fire. I can play
yeah,
that all
but
the way.
none of
Fire.
them, none of it's
But
better than
Confessions is
Confessions.
fire. Everybody
Confessions,
listening to Confessions from beginning to end. Like
Just
Confessions.
hit play. Just hit
Yeah,
play and walk away.
I just was listening to his stuff yesterday. Like, I mean,
can I be honest with y'all? I have never listened to the whole Confessions album.
I mean, you need to go back and do it again as an adult.
Tripping. Yeah, you tripping.
Yeah, I don't know why I didn't bump the whole. I don't know why I haven't bumped the whole album.
And then his new album is
because Benji had some of his own confessions back then.
Hey man, I'm trying.
He was creating his own album. That's what happened. He was creating his own.
He heard a couple of them songs and it hit home. It hit his soul. He's like, nah, I'm gonna stop this one because he's talking. He talking to me. You know what I'm saying? He's telling my story.
Let me pause that real quick right there, brother. I don't need that negativity in my life right now.
Oh man.
Pause, huh?
All right. So speaking of amazing artists, Beyonce, man. Okay. Beyonce, you know, came out with new country music, right?
Right.
So she came out with 2 songs. Am I right, Trish Michelle? Because Trish Michelle is our resident Beyonce expert.
Oh yeah, you know 16 Carriages in Texas Hold'em, and right now she's topping the charts.
Hold on. I'm sorry. On the pick on the right.
Yes, that is just one little nice little heart-shaped piece of metal covering up the Cuda Cat. Is that what you're asking?
Yeah.
Well. My.
Yeah.
I'm right there, Tina Turner.
Yeah. So she put out some amazing music. I like both songs. I got a chance to listen to them multiple times, and I'm not a big country music fan, but I do like some country music songs here and there, and I do like her songs. I do think that, you know, especially her doing this, topping the charts and during Black History Month is a big deal.
Right?
It's a pretty big deal.
Very she does things for a reason.
It's strategic.
Right.
It's all strategic. She's
very strategic.
Absolutely. And then they won't give her album of the year. So she said, forget it. I'm just going to top the charts everywhere. That's cool.
Right. And we know she's going to get a deal for creating the song. Then we know she's going to. I have to give them props. I'm not a huge fan of both of their music, but I know business savvy, they do some really creative stuff. I don't know what goes on behind the scenes, but they do some creative stuff.
A lot of like effort into her behind the scenes work. But the 2 songs, now I can't remember which country station it was, but someone had called in for it and they tried to say they don't play Beyonce there. So the Beehive got wind and they had to correct themselves.
Right. And they will go after you.
After that, the Beehive called in all the time, constantly, over and over and over, request. I want to hear Beyonce. So after that, that's all.
They had to play.
So y'all messed with the wrong little fan base. They were pretty mad about that.
Now, Black folks have always been in country music. They just never got a lot of shine.
No, we haven't been in it. We created it.
Right. Yeah. There you go.
Facts.
I was getting to that point. I appreciate you for bringing that point out because Black folks created country music. And so I don't understand why it's like a shock when you hear number one.
I know why it's a shock. I know why it's a shock. But you know, growing up, we knew, you know, guys like Charlie Pride. Charlie Pride was one of the first, you know, country artists that I heard, period. You know what I'm saying? And when I got older to find out that he was a Black man, that was interesting to me, right? As a kid to find that out. But, you know, for us, as we got older, one song that keeps coming to my mind when we're talking about that Beyonce, you know, the country music community being an outrage about Beyonce being in the category was this song right here, Nelly, Over and Over Again with Tim McGraw. That was that was considered a country song. It was on the country charts back then. And it was high up on the country charts. So I didn't get a chance to pull exactly how high it went or whatever the case may be, but it was considered a country song. So like, because he was accompanied by somebody that they hold in high regard in the country music community, they gave him a pass. It's kind of like when you come to, it's kind of like if Tim McGraw came to the hood, he wouldn't get a pass, but since he was Nelly, he get a pass,
he got a
right?
pass.
So it worked the other way around. They let him in country music with that song because he had Tim McGraw with it.
It was reverse.
Yeah.
I mean, nowadays the modern country does sound hip hopish.
Everything sounds hip hopish, bro.
I mean, we created it.
Right.
I mean, and then at the same time, Dolly Parton already gave her pardon. She supports Beyonce,
right,
being there and topping the charts. So just y'all get over it.
Get over it.
We're she's in a category that's our category that we let y'all in.
which
Like
is
that's
which is weird when you think
like
about it.
we let
But
everybody into everything. We're so
right,
inviting.
we are, and that's interesting because we have a generation that has no understanding of Black folks created country music. Black folks created jazz, all these different genres of music. And we literally have to sit and have this conversation sometimes to be like, yo, like Black folks created that. And
Do
they
we
don't know. Our young folks don't know. They think it is a white man's game, so to speak, when it comes to country music.
do we
Because
constantly feel the need to share because so much was taken from us? Because we just are so open and we get and then they turn and make it theirs. So country music, their
steal it.
stuff, and it's not even theirs.
Right.
Like
I agree.
Well, my thing is, I think especially at this point in time in our lives, they've done a tremendous job of erasing history,
Right.
oh yeah,
erasing history at points. So the newer generations, they don't have a connection to a lot of stuff because they don't even know it exists.
Right.
yeah.
I
They
agree.
they have no idea it even exists. So unless we do our job as the parents and so on and so forth, as going forth and say, hey, letting them know about these things ourselves, it's going to continue.
I
It's
agree.
going to continue to fly under the radar because they don't care. They don't care if our
Uh,
kids know this stuff.
they
And
don't
that is
because
a
it's
fact.
black. This is a prime example. It's Black History Month, and a kid came home singing some President's Day song or something that she had to learn the notes to. Send my kid home singing Negro spirituals. I want to hear
Well,
that.
right.
Then I feel like y'all telling them what they're supposed to be learning this month. Because
Right.
why are they singing that during Black History Month?
Well, one of the babies came home, and I ain't got nothing against Hispanic folk, but it's Black History Month. She had to learn a whole Spanish song,
Yeah, see, like,
fledged lyrics, the
and
whole
I
nine,
love
all the way through.
Mexican heritage, but what
Like right.
they
But
got?
a lot of
Don't
our
they have a month
schools
too?
aren't
They
even
have a
pushing
month
Black
too.
history like that anymore.
That's true.
Our folks don't even really dig into Black history like that.
And
As
that's
crazy.
interesting. We've talked about that before.
Right.
Black history just doesn't have the backing that it had like when we were kids. Like it was a big deal,
Right.
right? Like
It's
now it's like,
huge stuff out there that we
yeah.
don't know about. I believe I sent Ken a clip today about Black history, and you're sitting there and you're reading this stuff. You're like, what the heck? No wonder they don't want this stuff to be talked about. It's so much hatred and uncivil activities, man, locked into some of these conversations. It is crazy.
Yup. But and definitely we will get to what Benji's talking about. We ain't gonna bring it up right now. We're gonna
Right.
get
We'll have an episode
to
on it.
to that piece, and it's very interesting the facts that we were able to find out on some data that we
Right.
received. But all right, so the next topic we want to talk about, we talked about the Super Bowl halftime a little bit. So back though off the Super Bowl usually is what All-Star weekend, right?
Right.
NBA All-Star weekend is usually a big to do, but
Right.
this year it was in Indianapolis, which isn't kind of ho hum because Indianapolis, although they have great facilities, like the city itself and the
Right.
area really doesn't have a lot to offer to people. So I know
Right.
people who went out there and they were kind of like,
It's all right.
like the events was all right, and the restaurants and the town itself was just So and it's funny because that's how I felt about the All-Star weekend.
Mhm.
I
Yeah,
felt it was just
It was
mid.
just there, right? Like it
It was
wasn't real.
mid.
yeah.
Yeah. They
I
had to
didn't
do some extra stuff to kind of even make it interesting
I
to a
thought
degree.
the LED court though was cool. I
yeah,
like
Yeah.
that.
It
That
graphics
was
lied.
and
that
all.
was the best part. I loved
Yeah.
it. It was so like tech savvy. I loved it.
I did
Yeah.
like the 3-point contest. I can't lie. I did like
I
that.
like Steph, and
Right.
him and a girl that went against each
Caitlin.
other. I like that.
Caitlin
And
was her name, right?
she could have took on the dudes easily.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, that was a conversation because Kenny Smith made some comments and people took exception to the comments that he made about her, being at an advantage or whatever the case may be because, women's ball is smaller.
Hmm.
So for
He
for
did. He did.
women for a woman's ball to be smaller, he just stated some facts in my eyes.
Right, right.
For a
He did.
woman's ball to be smaller, you got to take into context just
It's
basic,
easy for the hoop.
just basic, know-how the hoop is the same size, but the ball is smaller, which means that it's a greater chance of it going in.
Right.
Mhm.
Especially with the way they swishing
Yeah.
nowadays. That's all net.
Yeah, so it was stuff like that that they talked about. So, but at the end of the day, for me, Friday night was cool. You know what I'm saying? The celebrity game, the rookies and sophomores and all that stuff. That was cool. The celebrity game was best thing for me.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I saw a lot of the NFL players display their skills,
Yeah.
and that was dope.
Yeah.
Saturday night was a dud for me.
I
Even
would agree.
though even though the 3-point contest and the skills and all these other things that went on were cool,
Skill
the
challenge was whack, man. They made the hole bigger
that's what I'm
in
saying.
the
All that stuff was
Yeah.
whack. And then
yeah.
the dunk contest is supposed to be the peak really of the weekend,
The
because
dunk contest was
the
basic.
the dunk contest was usually the peak over the All-Star game itself. Like the dunk contest is what everybody wanted to see.
Right.
And the dunk
Always.
contest was just terrible to me. And
It was horrible. Jim
can't take
Brown,
any.
listen, don't you ever in your life say you're gonna do the D Brown dunk. Go up, do a dunk, and then do like this after you dunk the
That man
ball. Don't ever,
dabbed. He
don't
he
ever do
he,
that.
he did the
Don't
dab
ever
after
do
he
He
dunked.
did. And
He
I
did the
mean,
dab.
when he did practice it at one point before it, he did execute it properly. But during
it. Right.
the actual one, he just didn't. It didn't
He
follow through.
used a he used a freaking video afterwards. I'm like the level of social media, bro. Like I couldn't believe it. I
Well,
thought he would win it because I've seen him do some pretty dope dunks. But yeah, man, that one was all the way bad. I can't even lie. I don't even know if there was one dunk in it that really caught my attention that made me want to watch
I ain't gonna take nothing away from Jordan. I mean, from Mac McClung. Shout out
it. Okay.
to Dame Lillard, who won the 3-point contest,
Right.
and shout out to Mac McClung, who won. This is back to back. And this is a G League guy who he's won back to back dunk contests. So that in itself is an oddity, because they allow the G League guys to participate in the dunk
Right.
contest simply because the stars of the NBA don't want to do it anymore.
They
It's
don't want to
a
do it. They
it's a
say it's
market.
bad for their knees, man.
Yeah, well,
They say
yeah,
it's
it's
totally
not
bad for
even
their knees.
bad for their needs. It's bad for their marketing. It's a high risk thing, because if they come out and they do well, then boom, they still are relevant, and they don't gain anything from it. Put it that way, right?
Right, right.
They don't gain anything. But if they come out and they suck, then it's
All
bad.
bad.
It's bad for their brand. So the marketing piece of it, forget their needs. The marketing piece of it is the problem.
Right.
So
Now, if they paid you, Ken, to enter that dunk contest, $1 million, top four guys. Let's say if they did Levine, Aaron Gordon, you know the guys that can dunk,
yeah,
right? And they said, hey, we'll give you $1 million. Because really, All-Star Weekend, they're doing so many sponsorship deals, according to, people are there. They're doing so much sponsoring and trying to get sponsors and trying to meet with people and do all this. By the time they get to the actual games and the festivities, it said that they kind of exhausted.
yeah. So it's a lot going on, and it's a lot more going on there that used to go on, like in All-Star Weekend we were growing up.
Mhm.
So it's a lot going on, but I think at the end of the day, if they offered the guys more money, they will probably participate.
I would agree.
So
They done gave them money for the in-season tournament, and then you get to the NBA All-Star game, and
yep.
it's like, man, why am I doing this?
So speaking
I'd rather be in Cabo.
speaking of G League and getting money, this young man has been on the precipice of everything. You
Is
know,
that Drew Holiday?
no, that is not Drew Holiday. That is
What?
No.
young. That is that man. That man has eye problems, y'all. That is young Bronny James. Bronny James is averaging 5.5 points, 2.8 rebounds, 2.5 assists, and shooting 37% from the floor, which is not bad for a freshman in college, right?
Mhm.
It's not bad at all. It's not bad numbers, especially with him coming off of the heart issues that he had
Right,
and
right,
being able to participate at a high level of
right.
college basketball this year. So I'm happy with it, right?
And their
Quite
team
honestly.
isn't playing that good this year as
Well,
expected. You get what I'm
but
saying?
that's part of the critique of it, because if he is supposed to be you know possibly a one and done talent,
Right.
then and he's not even the best player on his team, plus the team is not playing well. I mean, what are you evaluating? What are you seeing
Right.
that says this guy should go in the first round of the NBA draft?
Right.
Like,
He's
what
a
are
LeBron
you
son.
seeing?
That's it.
Yeah, and that's
Right.
what it
That's it.
that's what it really boils down to. And the fact that LeBron talks about it, and then in the past couple of days he's been at the media. I think it was yesterday, where he was saying, "Hey, just leave my son alone, let him hoop." But dude, you are the one who's been selling the tickets for it. You
Yeah,
are the
this is
one
fact.
who have been putting it out there that you want your son to join you before you leave, and y'all
Right.
gonna play on the same team. You've been putting that pressure on your own son.
That
Like,
put a
don't
timeline on it.
yeah, don't say it's the media doing it when you put it out there. You started the narrative. You put it
Right.
out there. And now
Mhm.
they just doing what the media does, and they're just running with it.
Right.
Savannah says she just wants her baby to be healthy. Braun is like, I want to play with my son in the NBA. So there you have it.
Yeah. No, and I get it. I get it from Braun's standpoint. That would be an amazing thing. But I think also that's watering down the NBA brand, because you see you see how they do with the NASA's Antetokounmpo.
Yeah, but I
Because
mean, hey, the NASA's ain't going nowhere neither.
But
Like,
that's what I'm saying. Like, but is he really earning that spot,
oh no,
that man on the end of the bench, or is
no,
he keeping somebody who could really contribute
Right.
to that team from, what I'm saying, he's holding that spot from somebody else
right.
who really
I can
deserves it,
actually ball,
who
right,
really has a higher skill level, who can really help that team. You know what I'm saying? So it's one of those things where the NBA has really become about the marketing piece,
right,
about the money piece, and that those two things right there, the fact that the NASA's is on that squad, and the fact that people are going to use or possibly use their first or second round pick to take Bronny James in the draft just to get LeBron to come to them because they're going to make money off of it.
right.
Oh yeah.
Says a lot about the league. Says a lot
Yeah,
about
I
the
would
league.
agree.
It's not about the competition. It's about the money. So,
At the end of the
They
day,
clout,
that
they
is
clout chasing too.
a facts. At the end of the day, though, they're supporting family. Where does that come in at? Because I know the NASA's can't really ball like that, right? If
I
I'm
wouldn't
young,
say that. I wouldn't say
I
that.
mean, he can ball. He's an NBA player.
I think I
I mean,
think
in
he belongs in
NBA
the G League.
standards.
I think he
Yeah, yeah,
belongs
he
in the
could
G
definitely.
League.
Yes, definitely.
I've watched G League games. I watched the level of competition there. I think that he belongs there. I
Right,
think
I
he
agree.
can contribute to a team there. And I think if he was on those G League teams, he would be getting the minutes in order to develop him and maybe get to a point to where he is a bona fide NBA player and getting actual minutes, not just garbage minutes, and not getting into the game, demanding the ball, and
Right,
then commencing to Shaq the Fool. So, I
right,
mean, the story writes itself, because I mean,
right.
there's so much footage of him shacking the fool. It's like, dude, you
It's
can't
crazy. It's
like,
crazy.
as much as we want to say, what I'm saying, you actually are good, you actually have the skills that it takes to play at that level, then you get in the game and then you do something that says, see, this is exactly what people are talking about.
Sit him back down.
Now, it does bring up an interesting thought because one of the Ball brothers, he can only get to play in the G League. He can't even get up to the NBA. And supposedly he's pretty good.
Well, he is, but if you look at all of their games, he's a scorer, right?
Right,
And that's what his superpower is. The other two, they can score, but they're facilitators.
right.
So NBA teams don't need scorers; they got plenty of those.
Plenty of those,
So
right,
if unless you're an amazing scorer, you got to find a role. And some
right.
guys don't have a role because they can't do anything else but score.
But
He
score,
doesn't
right,
play defense well, from what I've seen.
right.
He doesn't distribute the ball well. He's a scorer. And there is no room on any of the NBA teams for another scorer. They got guys that do that.
All day.
So
Yeah.
that's why he's not on an NBA roster, simply because he doesn't have another superpower that he can go to. The superpower that he has, everybody has it.
Right.
Yeah. There's a lot
At
of
that,
people.
yeah, at that level. So nobody needs you to come in and score 20 or 30. They got guys doing that. They
Come
need a
on,
guy,
LaMelo, get your boy on the squad.
man. If he
Pull
could, he
up.
would. Trust me.
Right. I'm
Right.
sure he would too, for sure.
Trust me, I'm pretty sure they've tried that. I'm pretty
Right.
sure,
And
I'm
I'm
pretty sure
absolutely sure they saw
I'm pretty sure they've tried that. They tried to package it together. So, but yeah, but shout out
it.
to those dudes, man. Shout out to Bronny. Shout out to Bryce. I'm a big Bryce fan. I think Bryce is the better
Yeah.
of the two
Right.
sons in my estimation, just from skills, talent
Agreed.
wise, and what I've seen. And but I just hope the best for both of them. And I mean, hey, their dad is one of the greatest players of all time. So I mean, that's a lot of pressure in itself. So
Now,
Yeah.
now they did compare Bronny's stats to his first year in college to Jimmy Butler, and they are very similar across the line. Does that give
mm,
you any hope?
no, because Jimmy Butler is a
No,
bigger physical guy.
Right.
Jimmy Butler's superpower is on the defensive end. He can score, but Jimmy Butler's superpower is his ability to be a two-way player.
Right.
And
Right.
to me, Bronny hasn't shown that yet. Bronny is
Right.
athletic. Will he be able to do that? Will he grow a little bit more? Who knows, right? Because I mean, they list him at 6'4", but he's 6'2" at best.
He looked like he's small.
Yeah, he's 6'2" at
He does
best.
not look
He
like
he
he's 6'4".
he could grow, but I mean, the Bryce is already taller than him by
Right.
yeah,
2 or 3 inches, so he might not grow anymore. But will he be able to defend guys at a high clip? Because I think that's going to be his superpower. Wherever he goes, he's not going to be a scorer. He's going
Right.
to be a guy that's going to have to play defense and going to have to be able to distribute. Because at 6'2", you're going to be playing PG at the
Yeah.
pro level, right? I mean,
Yeah,
unless you're just
that's a small shooting guard for sure in today's
yeah. I mean,
league when dudes are
but
6'7", 6'9" with 7'1", 7'2" wingspan.
if you're playing shooting guard at 6'2", you have to be an amazing shooting guard to be at shooting guard, to be at the two guard at 6'2". And there's
Right.
just not a lot of guys out there like that.
You're gonna
So
be you're gonna put your boy Alvarado out there. What he like 5'9", 5'8"?
yeah, but see, again, his superpower is his
It's
defensive ability.
defense.
That's
Yeah.
it. That's why he's out there. He's a
Right.
little he's a little
Bronny just ain't
irritating
ready.
guy.
Bronny ain't ready. Bronny ain't ready. That's
Yeah,
No,
just
he's
I
it.
agree.
definitely not ready.
I agree.
I see him being a 3 to maybe a 4-year player. Like he's
Mhm.
gonna have to stay, maybe 3 years. And will LeBron still be in the league at that point? I don't think so. I don't think he has. I don't think he should. I mean,
I don't
I
think so
know
Yeah,
this is what
it's about time for the ride off in the
my
sunset,
thing
man.
is. Don't tarnish your brand trying
exactly.
to trying to do something else, because if this is your legacy. I know he might not care. He wants to have the distinction of saying he played with his son.
Yeah.
Maybe that means more to him than his legacy. I don't know. Maybe he figures that is his
It
legacy.
could very
So
well be.
I mean, that's the question. So what are
Because
you willing to give up?
that memory would last
Right.
a very, very, very long time.
Oh, that
And
last lifetime.
considering that he's got, we don't know the extent of his heart issues. We
Yeah.
don't, you get what I'm saying? So it might very well just be a very, very, very important, not, emphasis on very important. Because
Yep.
that's huge, man. Not too many African American players have had their sons play with them on the same team in the same
But
city
you also
and all
have
of
to
that.
remember that we've had some NBA players that have similar heart issues that were able to make it to the league, but under
Yeah,
the
Jeff Green.
rigors of the NBA
Mhm.
and how hard you have to push themselves, they had problems when they got to that level.
To the NBA, because you
So
got to go next level. So
yeah,
Yeah.
so I mean, but like I said, shout out to them, man. I wish them the best, man, and
right,
that they should be successful. And yeah, so that's from the Fiyah Session, man. We want you to see y'all
yeah.
successful.
For
All right,
sure.
so next up, man, Trish Michelle and Benji got me watching this movie today before the show. The show
Hot take time.
everybody been talking about this Mia Culpa.
Oh Lord.
Yeah.
Mia Culpa. Tyler Perry movie on Netflix. Everybody's been talking about it. I didn't have a problem with it, right? A lot of people been critical of it. It was okay. It wasn't the best movie I ever seen. It wasn't the worst movie. There were parts that I was like, come on, man. Like,
Right.
really? Like, but that's the way I am. I'm critical of stuff. I'm like, really? So you just gonna get up from tapping and then just get on a motorcycle and ride out? Like, you ain't gonna get in no shower. Like,
There's more than just getting up and getting on a motorcycle. He got up and then moved from the other girl to her.
Yeah, he got out of some
Right.
cakes to try to get in some other. I'm like, whoa, whoa.
Some cakes from downstairs.
No, next door.
Next door, downstairs. You know what I'm saying? You know, whatever.
I was like,
okay,
and then
Trisha,
she
before.
What?
Hold on.
She had no word to say.
Hold on. Time out. Spoiler alert for the people who haven't seen it. If you haven't seen it, then you probably want to step away right now.
Right.
Because we definitely gonna talk about it for a couple minutes, because it is definitely conversation words. But if you're on social media, you gonna get the details anyway, because everybody's already talking about it, right? But
Trisha, give us your rundown.
What'd you think? What'd you think about it?
I liked it, but I can't say for me. I think Kelly irritated me a little bit. Her accent a little bit. I was just like, you're not giving me enough. It ain't enough. Like, when you're angry, you're not angry enough. When you like trying to, and then every time she walked like she was hitting the runway when she was walking off, and I was like, this ain't the da 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 da. Like, girl, just walk up there. So I was just like, but I won't say she did bad acting, because she didn't. Like,
and she's the executive producer on it too.
Like, I like the movie. I have nothing bad to really say about it, except for, like Big Kim was saying, the little parts. There was another part where he was walking down the steps to go into, was it like red or blue or something down there or whatever? He's taking her to the little, red. But she was like going through the parking lot, like the parking structure all slow, like looking around lost. And she had made it to that part, but then they like pan back, and then she wasn't there yet, but she was already there in the scene that was right before it. So I was like, wait. I was like, wait, how'd she go back?
Oh,
like,
no. I saw somebody posted, they said this movie looked like a bunch of deleted scenes from other movies that they put together.
Yeah, I mean, there was moments where you're just like, okay.
This is not matching up. Like, this ain't matching up well.
But I knew, I mean, I get the storyline, and it was a nice little turnout. I won't say what the turnout was, because for
nice little twist. Nice little twist.
It was a nice little twist, and so I did that part. Was excited and figuring it all out, and But I just felt like she just didn't. She wasn't enough for the part.
See, here's my thing. I'm gonna say this, and I'll let Benji finish it up.
Yeah, because Benji has a lot.
This movie. This movie to me, now the ladies gonna be mad at me because Big Ken's coming at the ladies for this one. This just shows how ladies let guys play on their emotions and trick them into, doing all kinds of stuff, because as they say all the time, ladies do things for emo, their emotions, and dudes do things for their ego. And this is the prime example of that. He out here smashing chicks left and right. And when she and at some point in the movie, when she does some things, I ain't gonna tell all the movie, where she exposes the chicks that he been smashing. I ain't lying. I was surprised. I was like, wait a minute. So between the chick that he supposedly killed and her, like, all these chicks, God.
And it was a lot of chicks.
When you came in there was a broad on him smashing, and you just hopped right in there off the dirty dangling.
I can't.
And you just jumped right, like, come on, Black.
And then the crazy part is for me, and this is a spoiler for folks, is if you get some type of news like that or photo like that, where you are suspecting that, you know what I'm talking about, that is occurring with your partner. Right. You didn't even, you did no research, you did nothing. You went upstairs and said, put it on me.
Right.
Well,
now see that to me, first off, you got a dude who has said, I love you, and you still like, yeah, we cool, that's just my homeboy. Like, and your dude, no, first of all, her husband, that dude couldn't act for crap.
I mean, him as an individual sucked, but
it was. You gotta look at this. You gotta look at it like this. That was the door that she needed to act on what she already wanted to do.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So
she already wanted to do that.
You wanted to do that. The moment you seen him, like when me and T, my friend, we was watching it, like the moment you seen him, I seen it in her face. We was like, oh, she not fucking.
Yeah, because it was ladies looking at the movie, and they felt the same way that Kelly felt.
Right, they wanted to smash too. That's why they wanted to smash him
too. So they felt the same exact way, and they would have done the same exact thing.
All the people,
the exact same thing.
Out of all the people, the dude that's right for her, and she don't even know, is her best friend.
I mean, he was shady because
He was
he's
looking out
looking
for her.
for. He was okay.
I don't see him as shady. He's not
But
shady.
no, that's
I
what we
mean,
call from the old school. That's what we call dirty macking, right?
exactly.
And
I
what
mean,
dirt
Exactly.
and what
possibly, but
Exactly.
he
what
wasn't
dirty
getting
mac.
nothing out of it.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm just
but
saying what.
he want to smash.
Well, that's what I'm saying. And for the people who don't know what dirty macking means, it means when a guy got to put dirt on somebody else's name to make his look better. So you
Facts.
start saying bad stuff about the other guy to improve your odds,
Except for the
And
bad.
the
and that's
fact
kind of
that
what he
she
did.
is communicating their business to this dude that
Yeah,
likes her
he got all
is
the
a
ammo.
no.
I mean, she had
It just
a bunch of no-nos that she was
it's
doing as a
it's
wife.
horrible. I was more upset. I figured the movie out way too soon. I knew the mom and the what you call.
But hold on, don't tell the storyline because we
No,
don't want to give
I
everything
ain't
away.
gonna get a
you
whole
cannot
thing away.
just go
Yeah,
crisp
we
up
don't want
the
to give everything
whole.
away.
You gotta watch
You
it.
just
You gotta watch it.
we just wanted to know what you thought about it.
You
I
can't go
thought
tell
the
the
movie
storyline.
was
You
C plus. I'll give it
yeah,
a C
we
plus.
we don't want Benji to do a full analysis.
Okay,
Yeah,
no
Full
no
breakdown.
full
Go ahead.
analysis. I gave it a C plus because typically when I figure a movie out, I lose interest. But because my lady asked me, because she fell asleep, you still watching? And I was like, yeah. She's like, why are you still watching? It's not even good. And I was like, I'm already like a 45 minutes in,
He was
right?
invested.
So I was just like, right. It's like, all right, like whatever, right? But I give it a C plus because of the simple fact that acting, oh boy, that all what's his name?
I don't remember,
Dark
but
skinned dude, whatever his name was. He
yeah.
kept saying Mia, like he knew the girl, like that was, like it was just kind of.
It was
No,
that
that's
was
what he's supposed to do.
That's
That's
a
what you're
mental.
supposed to. Yeah,
It's a
exactly.
mental grasp at her.
That's what
Yeah,
you're supposed to
I
do.
I
Hearing
get it,
him
but
say
it
her
was
name, and he called her baby at one point too. He's playing
yeah,
on her mental.
he's
Benji
playing
ain't
on her
The
emotions. He's acting
Benji
like
ain't
he
game.
knows
warfare
her. He's getting into
in
her
there.
head. Yeah,
He mentally
Benji
had her before he
Benji
had
ain't
her.
Benji ain't gamed up like he say he is. He don't
Yeah,
know.
it's
no,
like
He
no,
don't
no.
know. He don't
Trust
know.
me, I
He
knew
don't
that
know.
was easy. I just got tired of hearing her
He don't
name,
know.
Mia.
He don't
Okay,
know.
and then he. I mean, I know he's getting a shot, so he ain't the greatest actor in the world. Maybe he'll better
I
go
think
out
he's
of line.
I think he's pretty good.
I didn't really
He
have
was
too
all
many
right.
problems with him as I did
Yeah.
with others.
I
Yeah,
think he's
the
pretty good.
boyfriend couldn't act to me. What was interesting though is when you found out why the mom and the dad was, doing their thing. That to me, I liked that part. I'll give it up for that part to find out, you know, the little extra on why they was doing what they was doing. So I'll give credit for that. But overall, I give it a C plus because it was just all over the place.
Well,
Like it
I'm gonna
was
say
like,
this. It was amazing that Muddy wasn't in it. So I was like, yes, ain't no Muddy in this
That's
movie.
true.
Tyler
That
Perry
is
movie
true.
without Muddy, I'm all
We
right
didn't
with
get
it
no
because
Tyler
right,
Perry or
right,
Muddy, either one.
I'm
Yeah.
not a fan of Madea, so shout
at
out to
all,
people
right?
who are. Y'all do y'all thing, but I'm not a fan of Madea. So, it was great to see that. But you know what I'm saying? Like I said, the movie's
Mia
okay. If you
Copa.
haven't seen it, go check it out.
Yeah,
Let
I
us
mean,
know
you
what
can
you
watch it.
think.
I think it's worth
You might love it. And I hope you do for your sake. I hope you spend your 2 hours watching something that you enjoy.
And
So
if you happen to not like it, just understand that there are better ways to spend your time.
well, I mean, you already spent it by that point. So yeah,
It's already
done.
done with.
Yep.
Don't
Right.
get a regret. Like
Facts.
it was
Watch
a
it in
choice.
the middle of the night when you know what I'm
Life
saying?
was
No,
about
don't do
choices.
that.
You made it, and it's over. Carry
Because
on.
you watching middle of the night, you definitely gonna be confused.
Yeah.
You're gonna be sleepy and confused and probably turn it off. You're gonna wake up
Oh,
and that Netflix thing gonna be like, are you still watching?
and by the way, ladies, don't listen. You can't hop on. You can't see a man grab a garden tool, pull her off, and then you jump on. Come on,
You ain't gotta give that advice.
I just say, Benji, get out them folks' business. If they want
Come
to do
on.
that, let them do that, man.
If that's what they into, they might have been part of the whole thing anyway. It might have been what they
Facts.
was doing.
That's
Facts.
probably
Let them
what
people
got
do
them
what they do. We
intrigued
grown,
anyway.
man. We ain't out here shaming
It
nobody.
ain't none
Do
of
what
my
you
business.
do. Facts. But we got
Sad
something covered up next, man. That we gonna have to let Trisha Michelle tell y'all about this because I ain't gonna lie, your boy Big Ken, I haven't been into this. I haven't even looked at it. Trish Michelle told us about it, and I've been seeing all the memes and all the posts.
Right.
But is it Tisa, or Risa? What? How do you even pronounce
I
Risa
don't really know.
Tessa? I just know it's called "Who the F Did I Marry?" TikTok series. It's like 29, 30, 50 parts.
50
Yeah,
parts.
see,
50 parts.
I'm
50
not.
parts to be exact.
Hold on. What are they, like 3-minute skits or something?
Are they 10 minutes? 10 minutes. 10 minutes.
So
Good
this is
Lord.
this is her, and this is her estranged husband,
Mhm.
That's
and
yes, that is him. That's his
yeah.
name, Joseph
So
or something. I forgot. Jacob, Joseph, James, something. I don't
yeah,
know.
okay. So Trish
Leroy.
Michelle, give us a quick rundown on what the heck this is.
Okay, well, for those of y'all that don't want to watch 50 TikTok episodes, basically, she goes through her from beginning to end, meeting him to where it all ended, and he's a pathological liar and lying to her in every bit. She admits seeing the red flags and dancing with them and making excuses, and she admits throughout where she was dumb and where she she takes accountability in her own actions and decisions, so no one can go in there. She's not playing victim. She just laying it all out. And I mean, quite honestly, the things that this man lied about, there's a difference between a person that is a habitual liar and a pathological liar.
Right.
The pathological have no rhyme, no reason, no care, no nothing. They everything habitual, just a little. They'll explain it. They got reason, but they just lie and it's whatever. Pathological is insane. The amount of depths that the person goes through to carry on and carry out these lies, and this man has lied beyond understanding.
Tell me one or two things he was lying about that you was like, what? Why would he lie about that?
So, you got your lady, you meet her, and this was during COVID that they met. And so, of course, meeting the family and things was a little hindering. You couldn't really do that. So things were done over Zoom and over the phone, really. Like you just, hey, say hi to my mom type thing. So she was meeting folks. She was meeting the family. She met some of sisters and some of the brothers that he had. And at the end of the day, he has no sisters. The two brothers, one is a twin and the other one, he doesn't talk to him, can't stand him. But this man every morning got up in the morning on his way to work and was talking to his brother for 30 minutes before he left for work every single day, and would say, oh yeah, he said, like, oh, brother said, okay, yeah, and oh yeah, she said, da, da, da. He's holding conversations with nobody, no one.
Wow.
No one. Like there's nobody that he's really talking to. And then she was like, well, what about the aunt I met in person? Not his auntie.
Like a chick of his or something.
Not
like
no.
that, right?
It was the mom that died, best friend. Like
oh wow.
that. Like
I mean, that's kind of.
Yes, but no,
auntie.
because like they don't fool with her. Like
Oh.
his family don't fool with him because of how much he's lied. Then the fool was literally talking about all the money he had, houses we gonna put money on, all kind of stuff, right? Showing bank accounts and stuff. They were screenshots from Google. He don't really have offshore accounts, all of that. Dude was insane. It was diabolical.
He was a catfish of the catfish.
Diabolical. The things
Right.
this man did, like it was in freaking insane. He was showing pictures of cars. He said he went to school in San Diego State. She had to call the school when she finally started feeling like someone right. He talked about he was a private citizen. That's why his name ain't there. The nigga never went there. Like,
wow. So he just lying just for the heck of it. Like, was she that fine? Like, is she that fine?
No.
Bro. This her right there.
He showed you the picture, first of all. Second of all, I'm not gonna rag on her looks because there's someone for everybody. And there's some moments in some of her videos when she put it on, I was like, okay, thank you. Finally, she a little cute in this video. She did something to herself. Get yourself, put yourself together. But I'm not gonna do that because I'm not gonna bring the leg down. She had somebody that was feeling her, and he was whatever for the moment. But yeah, everything was a lie.
Well, unfortunately,
so this was just a sport for him. Like at the end of it, was he remorseful at all, or was it just like
ain't nobody heard from him?
No. Oh no. He's got a TikTok. He created and he's spoken out.
Oh, okay.
And he said he's filing defamation
I saw that.
Against her.
Now, the social media is gonna social media. So they're gonna screenshot and zoom in on those court documents.
Because he's a pathological liar.
That is not that woman's name on those documents. And that is not from this year. It is 2017. He is still lying.
That's what I'm saying. Why would you
Right.
expect the truth from a liar?
A liar, right.
He's
That's
still lying.
insane.
I mean, he's consistent. You can say that he's consistent, but unfortunately, a lot of heavyset women fall victim to guys like this because they don't have the confidence that
Right.
it takes a lot of times. And then when they do get somebody, she runs, like they said, like she was saying, she ran all the red lights because she wanted to have a man.
She
She
wanted to
wanted
be
to
married.
keep him. And it's a lot of women out there that look amazing that do the exact same thing though.
Yeah.
That want a guy so bad that they just ignore all the red flags, and just because they want that guy so much. And I mean, that's the gist of what I was reading from different stuff, different posts from people, posting it as well. But I wasn't there gonna go, but and start the journey of looking at the
10
50,
minute,
the
50
50.
episodes.
Yeah, nah,
Yeah, we
I
was
can't.
watching. Me and my clients, we was tuned in.
I can't do it. I can't
So
do it.
so at the end of it though, they did get married.
There's not at the end. They got married like within a couple months.
Oh
So
wow.
by like
That's her
video,
husband. Yeah, that's her
by like
husband.
video 12, they was married. But like by like 8 months in, no, maybe a year and a half in, she ended up divorced from him because she couldn't take no more.
Right.
Like, I mean, at that point, she found out everything was a lie. The only thing that I don't know, and anybody watching, if you find out, let me know what the hell was wrong with his knee. Like
His knee.
towards the end, his knee was hurting so bad he couldn't even really walk like that, and
Oh
he
no, he
was
putting on
losing
another
weight and
show.
hard to eat, and there was something really wrong with him. And she said after she left, and to this day, she don't know what the heck was going on with the knee. But
The
she felt
lie,
like
them lies got so heavy that his knees started bothering him.
Right?
All them
Like we're
lies,
done with this,
all
right?
them lies, man. This
yeah,
lies,
he carried a
what I'm saying,
lot of
getting heavy on him. The burden is heavy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
precious even worse.
that's
That's just
wild, man.
Oh, that's
yeah.
all
So
bad.
I mean, it was a really entertaining series, and he claims he's getting ready. He's got a deal. He's lying. I'm just allegedly. He's got a
Just
deal.
can't believe nothing this brother
He's
Yeah, I
say.
was
coming
gonna
to
Wow.
say
Netflix.
anything that comes out of his mouth at this point, we have to assume it's a lie.
We have
He's
to.
got a Netflix coming out for his part of the story, The Truth.
Ah, see, they running the whole game on
Called
it.
it's the truth, but
Netflix.
it's a
No,
lie
it's
called
not.
the truth.
He ain't got nothing.
It's a lie called the truth.
Hey, I
Right.
bet you
It's a lie, right.
folks gonna tune in that joint. It's gonna be #1 on the trending
I mean, at this
thing.
Yeah,
point, quite honestly, the storyline does make for a very good movie.
Yeah, well, I guess we're gonna be waiting on that. So, if it actually comes to fruition, then hey, we'll check it out. But until then, yeah, y'all enjoy the TikTok series because your boy Big Ken ain't going to look at now
Oh
one
yeah,
of them 50
I'm gonna watch
episodes.
it.
Yeah,
I'll
it was
Yep.
very entertaining. I was at work, like, hold on, y'all, what just
So, but speaking of issues with her man, she had issues with her man. Wendy Williams has been in the news the past couple of days.
Yeah.
With her her new Lifetime series,
great
Where's
photo.
Wendy?
That's a great
It's a new series on Lifetime called Where is Wendy, where it's kind of like a documentary, and they're documenting her life now since she, couldn't do the show anymore and it's kind of disappeared from the public eye. And she was recently diagnosed with dementia.
Yeah.
So when they first started shooting the documentary Where is Wendy, they didn't know that she had dementia. So there's stuff in the episodes that people, who were watching complained about because they're like, why would you all shoot this and put this out knowing that she's in this state and she's asking questions and saying things like what are the Oscars? She's asked somebody, what are the Oscars? Wendy knows that. So, but it's hard for a lot of people to watch, and a lot of people said they cried. And it sent my mind back to in 2021, her documentary, well, the movie came out, the Wendy Williams movie. And I watched that movie, and it was crazy because I've always been kind of a Wendy fan because I've always been into radio, and radio personalities. And I mean, regardless of what people think about her show, her attitude, her messiness,
She
whatever,
did a good job though.
she was an amazing radio show host for many years, and she had one of the biggest shows in the country. And shout out to Charlemagne the God, because that's where he popped off from that show. That's where people started to notice him from, because he was her sidekick for many years. But that movie shed a lot of light on her relationship with her husband, and man, it was messed up.
Right.
and she went through so much stress and so much strife dealing with him. I think that literally like took her down, like that literally damaged her, and it was sad to me because as a man, we're not perfect. No woman is perfect. No man is perfect. But dang, man, the stuff he took her through and the stuff that she had to endure. And you think a woman with that much stature, with that much money, with that much, notoriety, like wouldn't get done like that. But dang, like she
It
got
don't matter.
drugged through the mud. And I think that stress and that anxiety from everything that happened to her is the reason why she has dementia at such a, usually people develop dementia, they get 80, 90, something like that. Like
Right.
she's really young to have dementia.
How old is
Like
she again?
she's got to be in her 60s.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
That's pretty young to have dementia
Yeah.
Dementia.
Oh, yeah.
from my understanding.
I
So
believe so.
but yeah, she's in pretty bad shape, and I mean I respect people who were posting about it and they said they were emotional about it. And a lot of people were saying they really didn't like Wendy. They really didn't like the way she used to be on her show or how messy she was. But
A
man,
little messy, but
when you see a
that's
human being, when you see a
Right.
human being
In
go
that
through somebody,
stage, and yeah,
yeah, the human
some
side
people
of you
feel
speaks
like
to that.
you get what you got what you
I mean,
deserve type
to
thing, but
me, I feel like it's unfortunate that this is the last of what we're gonna remember of Wendy.
Yeah,
right.
So I mean, it's tarnishing what we can remember great about her. We having to dig deep to remember the Wendy on
Right.
the show, like you said, the Wendy on the radio, like that Wendy, and we're gonna be ending with seeing her, as she
In that state.
falls, and
Right.
and that I don't like. It,
The
yeah,
fall
that,
is always a terrible thing, right?
yeah.
and it's just being showcased, and that's unfortunate. So
Yeah,
that's the part I don't like
and
about
she
it.
doesn't have any control over stuff that's going on now. They were saying that
Yeah, she
somebody
don't
else is
remember
in
nothing.
well,
So her
somebody else is in
husband
charge
Well,
of
has
it.
someone else is in
control,
Well,
right?
charge of
her
it,
Are they
husband
but
still
don't have it
married?
because no. She's been divorced
Okay.
from Kevin.
yeah,
So but yeah, so somebody else is in charge of her. So whoever's in charge of her right now, they're allowing this documentary to be done. So
Mm.
somebody's benefiting from her. Either way, I just hope that that they are able to utilize the resources that they have in order to help her be comfortable for her remaining days on this earth.
right.
Because regardless of whether you like the way she did it or the way she came across on any of her platforms, she was a pioneer and she was one of those people who was taking risk and doing things that now other people have copied and made a living
Yeah,
off of. So like
That
I used to
sucks,
tell
man.
I used to tell people all the time because they just talk about how weird she looked or whatever. I'm like, you all had to see Wendy before the surgeries and before all that. Like when she was really like first on New York radio, like in the early 90s and early 2000s, she wasn't bad looking at all.
Uh-huh.
So, like, people change over time and people go through things. When you start having all these surgeries, ladies, you having all these surgeries now, they look okay now.
When you
But,
get a little
20, 30
older,
years from now,
yeah. The
so
elasticity of that skin around those surgeries are not gonna hold up the same.
yeah, so I mean, throw caution to the wind that
right,
the stuff might not pan out the way you think it is. So, but
right.
like I said, it's tough watching that happen to somebody that we've seen over the years, be successful and kind of like Trish Michelle said, her downfall,
Mm. That's tough.
due to dementia. So that's tough.
Yeah, that's crazy. But I mean that my grandma had it before her end. So like
Yeah,
just recalling the moments, like to have it displayed to the world is crazy.
Right.
yeah.
Crazy.
So, but we're gonna round out the show with some information that Benji presented to us, and I put it in order to be, to follow up the Wendy Williams thing because it's about Black people and our health.
Right.
Dementia is one of those things that affect people, due to things that may have happened in their lives, health issues that they may have had before that just kind of develop into dementia later on. But Benji presented us with some facts, and it said according to PBS News, studies found that counties with more Black doctors, Black people live longer.
Mm.
So the graphic that you see on the screen, I hope that you can make it out. The Asian community lives to be 83.5 years. The Hispanic community 77.6, 77.7. White people 76, black people 70, and then American Indian and Alaska Native
65.
65. So that's a huge chunk from, from 80, from 83, almost 84 to just 70
Right.
or
Yeah,
That's
71.
13, 14 years.
that's a great amount of time.
Yeah, so I mean, it's one of those things where that's why we encourage, kids to, the kids that have the dream to be a doctor,
Right.
right? Don't discourage them and say, well, doctor's hard, try to be this, try to be that. If you know a kid wants to be a doctor, encourage them to be that, right? We
Please
have
do.
enough basketball players, we have enough football players.
We do.
Encourage these kids to be, astrophysicists, and
Right.
doctors, and things of that nature that, some people might think is, lofty goals to
Mhm.
attain, but these kids are smart, they're intelligent, and they can make it there, and we need more black doctors,
I
to be
agree.
quite honest with you. Because, for all of us who go to the doctor on a regular basis, we feel more comfortable when we go in and we talking
See
to a
our own
doctor
people.
that looks like us, because we know they know how we feel,
Right.
Yeah.
right? And then
Now
that's
go ahead,
go
Kim. I'm
ahead.
sorry.
No, go ahead. No, go ahead.
The thought behind it is that now they're finding out that a lot of these supplements and things that our counterparts take aren't as conducive to us as individuals. And then what was interesting as I thought about this is because, and Patricia, you would probably know more about this too, is when black women go in, having babies and stuff like that, the rate of them actually dying
Mm.
during pregnancy is actually pretty high.
Yeah, there's a high
And
mortality rate there. Mhm.
yeah, and it's said, again, we need more black doctors. And my lady shared with me a story about when she, was having one of her kids, on how, like, if she didn't speak up, she was having these blood clots, and they were just kind of, you're fine, that's normal. And come to find out, it was way worse than what they were
Mhm.
putting on. And if
Yeah.
she hadn't have said anything or spoken up or gotten, a little bit irate about it, she said she probably wouldn't have made it. And so she kind of had to force their hand to kind of take care of them. And that kind of prompted the idea of that, of course, needing black doctors. But that mortality rate of our sisters going in, having babies, and then not making it out of that is kind of scary.
Mhm. I mean, with my daughter, I almost passed out mid delivery, and none of the doctors knew. The only one I knew was my grandma. Like
Oh,
she
wow.
shook me and was like, "No, hold on," like, and so that I would stay up. So
Right.
they didn't even know. They didn't pay attention. So I mean, I think the statistic in itself is more black doctors, because who's gonna care about you more than your own people, so to speak,
Right.
your own kind? Because I mean, I won't say they as an entire race, but they don't like us.
Right.
Hey, so I mean, you think about it, you deep depths in the health of us. So
Right.
like, then people can make decisions that can adversely affect us, and some do. And they're just like the lady and the couple that had their baby, and then the baby died. Recently, she just won the case or something. There's a younger couple.
Mm.
Um, I think they killed that baby, and then from they found out it wasn't even the doctor that works in the hospital that was part of the delivery. So like,
Hmm.
how we fall into the hands of some of the stories that happen, you,
Right.
I don't even understand how they occur, but they
Yeah.
have.
And in a whole hospital like that, like,
Yeah,
how is that?
so
Yeah.
it's absurd, and yet we do need more people of our race, to definitely hop into medical, doctors, nurses, all of that, not just doctors, because some of the times doctors just signing off papers and the nurse is really down up in there,
Yeah, true.
so we need everything, surgeons, we need it all. So
Right.
uh, yeah, it's crazy.
And to look at it as 13, 14 year gap from, from the top life expectancy there. That's kind of crazy considering
Yeah.
you can look at it, you go to a hospital and ain't many of our folks in there. We know that. And that was kind of shocking to me. And the video that came along with it expressed a lot, because there's also talks of some of the things that Dr. Sebi mentioned, of course, that were like, you know what, you shouldn't take this. You shouldn't take this.
Yeah.
But it's been given to us, as customary, things like milk, certain things. So, but I mean, ultimately, we have to do a better job of reading and learning some of these things
Advocate
so
for
that we
your
can be
own health.
better. That is a fact.
That's it. That's it right there. Advocate for your own health.
Because
Nobody knows your body better than you. So
Right.
I tell
if
my doctor,
somebody,
no,
yep,
we're not doing that.
yep, if
Right.
somebody tells you something and you don't feel right about it, get a second opinion, get a third
Facts.
opinion, because you only get one shot at this life, and once it's over, it's done.
It's done.
So
Right.
you do what you need to do until you feel comfortable with the results.
And don't
Point
feel
blank
offended
period.
about asking for a second opinion, because who cares? It's your health. Don't worry about offending the doctor. He's all right. She's all right. You need to care about whether you're going to live or not, and if this is really something that you need, because a lot of doctors like to push medicine and opioids and all that stuff to push you through, and
Right.
that ain't what you need. It's the bigger picture, or they keep pushing you back out the ER, urgent care, go home, follow up, and you next thing you know, you rush to the hospital, you're on your deathbed because they just
Right.
push you out the door. So advocate, tell them no.
Right. Because ultimately, in the end, you're putting your life in the hands of somebody else, which always kind of felt a little weird to me. So, but I can imagine a lot of our folks don't go to a lot of hospitals because of the skepticism. Brothers, we're told to go get a colonoscopy and things at a certain age, but how many brothers actually do it?
Well, that don't have nothing to do with the hospital. That's because they don't want nobody digging in their cakes.
Hey,
Don't worry, they'll put you to sleep. You
hey,
won't even know.
I'm creeping up on that age, so
Well, I think that's the issue, but it's also knowledge. There's also other tests that they can do outside of that to test for, your levels and things like that,
mhm,
that where they don't have to do a rectal exam at
right,
certain points. So they can test your levels in your body, through blood tests and other ways. So people just be knowledgeable. Your health is your wealth, and try to be preventative. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't wait till you get sick to try to prevent it. Like, try to do things on a daily basis.
Yeah.
Eat right, work out a little bit, go for a walk. We ain't saying
mhm,
you got to go hit the gym and lift all the weights, but
right.
go for a walk, 30-minute walk a day, you know what I'm saying, to do you some good. Stop eating so much ice cream, stop eating so many honey buns, you know what I'm saying?
Oh man, I was just about to say honey bun.
See,
Mm.
just
Pray for me. Pray for me.
watch the consumption of certain foods, and especially sugars. You know what I'm saying? Because sugars irritate your body and they cause a lot of inflammation,
Inflammation.
and the root of a lot of issues that we experience in our body. So we just have to be more careful. Just got to be more careful. You know what
Got
I'm
to.
saying?
Ain't
Yeah.
nobody gonna
So
take care of you better than you. That's all I.
facts. Facts. So that was our part of the show where we always gonna give you something to take with you. We
Yeah.
always wanna, as we say, put the medicine in the candy for you. You know what I'm saying? We want to give you something that educates you and something that you can take with
Yeah.
you. So saying, so that's our thing for today. We want you to to be healthy so you can continue to grow with us and you can
Yes.
continue to check us out every week. So, but
Yeah.
before we get up out of here, you already know how we do. We gotta holler at our people, let them know where they can find you, Trisha Michelle.
Well, you can find me at Trisha Michelle _YT, literally everywhere, just about TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, all of that great stuff. I mean, and always here on the Fiyah Session. This is my home, second home of home. This is where I be at.
Right. Right.
And,
Kicking it with us. We
every
appreciate it.
Tuesday, and it's always a blast, and it's always something fun. So I mean, don't miss out. Make sure y'all here. Make sure y'all follow me on YouTube because stuff is coming. I mean, it's a little technical difficulties, but we all right. So that's coming too. Big King gonna hold it down. We gonna get that together. But that's it. I got a couple trips coming up, so tune in that Instagram to be a part of that. And yeah,
Got some trips and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay.
somewhere. And, yeah.
Yeah, I got to be somewhere.
All right, Benji, talk to the people, man.
Man, listen, man, y'all know where to find your boy. Peep me out. We always got something going on. We got something planning. We always got something working. We always got something going on. Got our new event coming up, Trap Sipping Paint. Yeah, this is gonna be fire.
Oh
This is gonna
yeah.
be dope. So, this is gonna be super dope. Going to showcase two local Inland Empire rappers who actually are pretty fire. One we've had on the show before. So we're gonna have an amazing time, man. Y'all pull up, y'all go get your tickets. Cali folks, go pull up. Patricia, you already know what it is. So let me know. Let me know.
I know.
420.
I seen it. I gotta go look. Oh, that's the date. That's what
Yeah,
it is.
April
Oh,
20th.
okay.
So and you know how we do it, man. We're gonna have a great time. We got pretty much everybody locked in. I think the last thing I need to do is just find my chef who I want to be there. And so that's the last part. But other than that, man, like we just putting everything together. Be on the lookout for the yacht cruise, and we got a whole bunch of stuff coming up. I'm gonna post it all. We're digging into the mental health side. Shout out to my wife for being that licensed therapist. So we're just working on a lot of things. So a lot of spaces. We're going to create. Our ideas are crazy, and what we're about to put together is just going to be amazing. But overall, man, we want you well. So we're gonna push wellness to you in the whole spectrum of things. So be on the lookout. Of course, you follow me on my page, Benji Banks. You can't help it because I'm posting good content or whatever all the time. So be on the lookout. Stay with your boy, and you'll see some good stuff.
Facts. Well, y'all already know y'all can catch me at Big Ken's Comedy on IG, Big Ken's Comedy on Twitter, Big Ken's Comedy on Facebook. Y'all can catch the Fiyah Session on all social media platforms. Just type FIYAH Session. We'll pop right up. Make sure you go to YouTube, like and subscribe. Hit all those buttons, man, so you can get the notifications and you won't miss an episode or miss any content that we produce. So we just want to let you all know that we care about your opinion. So whatever you got, whatever ideas you have, you can submit them to us. If you got people that you want to see interviewed, hit us up, let us know, and we'll reach out to those people as well. But stay tuned. Next week we got a fire interview coming. So just make sure that you tap in with us so you can check in with those new businesses that we got that we highlighting. So y'all already know how it is. It's the Fiyah Session. Peace.
Thank you for joining us today. Please follow us on all social media platforms. Just search Fiyah Session.